another Tuesday with Dead Air with your host Brian Holtzman. That's me, Redban on the mixing board and the computer and the sound system, cameras, craft services, you name it. He's in charge. He books it. He cleans up after we leave. It's his baby. We couldn't have done it without him. Let's give a good round of applause for Redban, everybody. Oh, thank you. That's enough. I am excited about today's show. I'm excited about every show we have. I think this is number 16. Is that right?
15, I think.
Check that for me, if you would. Yeah, I have a very eclectic group today. I'm going to start on my right. Very beautiful, very talented. Edi Gibson.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, guys.
Wow. Edi, and Edi is short for something else, isn't it?
Yeah, Adrena.
Wow.
Yeah. I never go
I would
by
have
that.
never guessed that. You know, how do you get that from that?
Adrena is Edrina. Edi
Oh,
is Edi.
So it's like an abbreviation.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be like my dad's Edward,
Right.
and he's Eddie, and I'm Adrena and Edi.
And you're an actress, a stand-up comedian,
Yeah, I do stand up.
and a beauty contest winner.
Yes, I was. Once
Wow.
upon a time.
See? And nationality, if you don't mind? Just
My-
like to know who we're dealing with on the show.
Yeah. Oh, totally. My mom is
Totally. I'm not a racist. I just want to know who I'm talking to, you know?
So you got to be careful nowadays.
Yeah,
My
you
mom
got-
is Irish.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Irish.
full on Irish, and then
Full 100%?
Yeah.
Full breed?
Yeah,
Holy cow.
her name is Patty O'Hagan.
Oh, my God. So you
Yes.
could probably drink any one of us under the table.
Well, listen to
and then
this.
some. How many times you been to rehab?
None yet. But my dad is Native American and Filipino,
Wow.
so I can really drink.
Oh, my God. What
I
a
do.
combination. So when are you still alive?
Yeah, it is actually. I love to drink.
You know what Irish people do in the bar when it's crowded? Most people in the bar when it's crowded, they say, excuse me, I want to get by. Irish people, they say, get out of the fucking way. Get out of my fucking way. You know,
My mom taught me when I was a kid that to empty out a bottle of like pills, like Advil or something, and you put a shot in there, so you don't have to pay for alcohol when you go to the bar. You just take a
Shit.
shot from,
Oh.
from an empty bottle of Advil.
do you have any family members in rehab?
No.
Jeez, that's a miracle.
Yeah, it is.
The fighting Irish, or the drunken Irish. You know what the most important invention in mankind is?
Probably cotton mill.
The wheelbarrow, because it enabled the Irishman to walk up on his hind legs. Get out of the way! Get the fuck out of the way! I'm walking here. I'm drunk here. Get out of the fucking way! Most people say, "Excuse me, I want to get by." Excuse me, is that seat? Get out of here! We're going to have a lot to talk about with you later. I want to hear about this beauty contest. And
Okay.
was it fair? Did you do anything that you didn't think you had to do? I
Okay.
mean, most of those things are kind of
Right.
sketchy.
It was sketchy, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a full blown Joel Jimenez, full blown Mexican,
That's right.
a real Mexican. Look at, he's got the prison hat on and everything.
That's right. Hell yeah.
And he's also a musician, quite an accomplished drummer. He's in the band on the Kill Tony, the world's largest live podcast. He's also a healthy, an acrobatic too. You know, I was at the show that.
Yeah. I did a backflip off the table.
You know, and I
Dang.
and also a strap-on
That's right. Dildo.
penis.
Yeah. I got to bring that through TSA when we travel.
You hold up, everybody, while Bruce wants to examine your suitcase.
Yeah.
You know.
Joel's also a Ludwig artist. Ludwig Drums, one of the biggest drum companies in the world. And it's only like some of the best musicians are signed with this drum, and he's signed.
That's awesome.
Tell us what that means. Just what Redban just said.
I'm on their artist roster, so
Wow.
they send me a drum kit, and Ringo Starr plays for them.
So
John
you get
Bonham
free
plays-
equipment.
Yeah, but they're also like, I got to go to NAMM this year, which was the big music convention. I got to hang out there. It was
NAMM?
cool. Yeah, it's like, I don't even know what it stands for. The North American Music.
Maybe something to do with Vietnam.
That's what I was going to
maybe.
say.
Yeah, NAMM. Yeah.
Are there
I
any
don't wanna
pissed
give you any
off old white
flashbacks.
men there?
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah.
And then, of course, we have our stable here, Darren. Did you have to travel far to get here today to the podcast?
No. I live near Dodger Stadium.
Wonderful. Oh,
Yeah.
of course. That's a
Easy.
Mexican.
That's right.
enclave.
Uh-huh.
The British. No,
Not anymore. It's starting to thin out a little bit. But
Yeah, driving them out, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think about kids in cages? But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Where did you have to travel far? Where
No,
do
I
you
live in Burbank.
A lot of guests in Burbank. Isn't that great? I love it when the guest doesn't have a far to go.
Yeah, no, I love it too, man. I got here in my smart car, parking right up front. I'm happy about it.
And did everybody shower? A lot of guests like to shower. Some don't. Did everybody shower before the show?
Yep.
And will you be having any medical problems today, Darren?
No, I'm good, man.
Darren Carter, ladies and gentlemen, say hello.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Wow, Darren Carter, party starter.
Oh, man.
Thanks for having me back, Brian. I always appreciate being here.
Well, I
Thank you so
tell
much.
Redban I don't like this seat to be empty, and I don't want to monopolize this side of the table. I feel comfortable, more the merrier, and I think that's the best thing. And is Ari going to stop by, our little Iranian friend?
I have not heard from him. I don't think he's going to make it.
He's
And he
working
said-
late at the Fuse Factory. That's where he's at.
I got a message. Let's see here. He said that he couldn't find that shirt, by the way, that you love, that favorite shirt.
Maybe he hates it.
Check his mom's bedroom.
Yeah. Whoa, hey
His
now.
mom does his laundry, you know. But he said he has another shirt that's similar, so he'll probably wear that shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how do you feel today? Your
I
health
feel
is
good,
okay?
man. You know that I tried to. Here's the thing. I've been trying to lose weight, so I've been drinking these big waters and coffees. So today I had less coffee, so I won't have to urinate as much. I might only go like twice during the show today, but we don't know yet.
We don't know.
I know. We don't know. man.
Maybe you've got an enlarged prostate. Do you
You're
ever
not supposed
try
to
that?
like hold it in too long.
Try
so.
that beta prostate. They say that works. That beta prostate. I see it on the television. It's right after the commercial for wire meshes that leak. And
Interesting.
and I brought hamburgers. If anybody wants a hamburger,
Oh.
I know.
possible.
I brought one for each of us and 15 for Redban.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
And I get here real early because of the traffic, so I go to Burger King and I, talk on the phone and get a nice tea and just kind of kill some time before I park in my vehicle on the street. Because you got to leave early when you come here.
Thank you, my
Right
friend.
after Darren said he's trying to lose weight.
I know. It's like, and then they're still warm, which is, I was kind of hoping they'd be cold still.
Now,
So
do you
it's like-
tell them to cut them in half? I notice
Oh
every time you.
yes. Oh yes.
Good
Yeah,
tip.
Wow.
If you eat your sandwiches cut in half, you should have your hamburgers cut in half. Everybody knows that. You see people eating a hamburger and it's slobbing all over their mouth. It's like that skinny little on the beach eating the Carl's Jr. burger.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
skinny.
Yeah,
Know what?
she know what she boffs after that commercial. She hasn't had a solid piece of food in her whole life. That skinny little
You know
bikini
what?
hamburger. No offense,
Paris Hilton? Is it Paris Hilton? Yeah.
Oh, is that
Yeah. Or it used to be.
eating a hamburger, getting
Yeah.
all over her shirt? What a little pig! Yeah, I'm gonna date you again, you little.
She likes Carl's Jr., right?
I think it was a Carl's Jr. promotion. Yes,
She likes
Darren.
washing her car and stuff.
So I'm glad you guys are close by. It makes me happy that you don't have a long distance to travel, and of course you're close by as well.
Burbank.
It's like Manila. LA's turned into Manila with the traffic. You really have to leave a long time ahead, or else you get caught in traffic. You get behind one of these Uber drivers looking at their phone, and it's just terrible. So we're going to do some items of interest today, and all three of you have permission to add to the items of interest. You also can talk whenever you want to talk. You can leave whenever you want to leave if you feel uncomfortable for whatever reason. You don't have to stay the whole time. I'm not going to advocate that, but certainly I don't want to hold anybody against their will. We've had some issues in the past, But I'm real happy that you guys decided to attend this podcast because what is it, 16 or 15?
I think it's 15.
You can check that on for me. Shout out to Joseph. How do you say that last name?
Anguello.
He says items of interest. He said just do 10 and then ask for feedback after each one. Okay, Joseph.
interesting.
How do you say the last name?
Anguello.
Thanks, Joseph. Thanks for your input. We'll maybe see if that'll work or not. It's always good to see what some of the listeners feel we can do better on the podcast. So
A lot of drama with this items of interest, guys.
I know some people they just can't wrap their heads around it. Who wouldn't want to hear an item of interest?
I can't wait. I'm what the.
They're interesting items of interest.
It's great. It's like
what don't you want to hear? What don't you want to hear? What don't you want to know that you don't know?
it's like Grandpa Munster reads the news.
I don't know if it's that way.
But I love it though.
Don't let me regret having you on the podcast as a semi-regular individual.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's start with the first item of interest. Now, you can add it to them at all, but we'll get through them, and then we can discuss more about... I love music. I have a lot of questions for musicians.
Okay.
A lot of really questions that I want answered, and you're the person who's going to know. If I have any questions about alcohol and drinking, getting drunk, we'll ask our little drunkard over here. And Darren Carter, you'll...
Damn, that burger looks good. I'm just gonna wait though till
Dude, it's really good. You should get it while it's warm.
I know.
Just chew off the
I'm good.
microphone.
I'm not doing it.
Idaho, the state, not Idaho, okay? Idaho is seeing an influx of vaccine refugees from California, which now requires virtually all school children to be vaccinated. Idaho also lets parents exempt their children from vaccinations purely on the basis of personal belief. Or one refugee, so-and-so told Idaho lawmakers he moved to the state because I don't care about the herd, I care about my family. So if you don't get vaccinated and the other children do, aren't they protected from you who didn't get vaccinated?
Yeah, because they had the vaccine.
Right. So
it
why
doesn't matter.
are they forcing people to get vaccinated? Because the drug companies in on it somehow. You know, maybe that's it.
Yeah, because if all the kids are vaccinated except for your kid, then your kid can't transmit to the other kids.
I won't get a vaccination of any kind because I'm afraid of getting autism. And
I think it's too late for
Adult
that.
autism.
all right, one for you, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's not start with the racial slurs this early in the podcast.
I wake up with them.
Yeah. So,
You wake up with them.
and you don't trust any. Your immune system is just fine. You know, if you're old, you get a vaccination, or maybe if you're, But for young people, you're immune. A vaccination is injecting a virus to build up your immune system, which doesn't need building up to begin with.
Well, I think the chickenpox vaccine is probably pretty necessary because when you get older, it turns into shingles. And you can't get vaccinated for shingles. And shingles is really, really, really terrible.
I didn't know you were a nurse, too.
Yeah, there's a few of them that definitely I think you should get.
I got the flu shot and it was very easy. You go in and out. You get it at your local CVS.
I don't believe in that.
Well, the way he goes to the bathroom every 5 minutes, I'd get a flu shot, too.
Well, don't you shake a lot of hands and meet a lot of people? It's just.
But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of. This is America. You can eat off the freaking road. You'll still be better off than most places in the whole wide world. I mean, people are sanitizing their hands all the time. Every time they touch something in the supermarket, they're sanitizing their hands.
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of nut? What are you doing, Felix Unger?
I think those
Mandel?
that fucking the Purell stuff is like creating super germs and stuff.
Yeah, it's all BS. It's just another corporate sell. It's something you don't need. You don't need. Do you sanitize your hands?
I mean, when I go to the bathroom, but not like at the
One or
grocery
two,
store.
one or two, or both.
Yeah, usually both.
Yeah.
I try to. I mean, sometimes.
Well, that's why the coronavirus
you just
is
do
going on.
Sometimes you just do the water if there's no soap.
I take a shower after I urinate.
What if you're camping? After you urinate.
Yeah, I'm a health freak. I want any drop of urine on my. If it just gets on my hand, I'm taking a shower. I don't care. After an asteroid larger than the tallest building on Earth whizzed by the planet at a distance of 3.6 million miles, a direct hit would have killed millions immediately, says NASA, and triggered a years-long nuclear winter and mass extinction. So we
dodged it.
We dodged it. Thank you. You're a great guest. You're a great guest already. I like you both. I like the way you're. You got that
burger.
The burger, yeah.
Vagina. I like the way you got that vagina there. I assume you have.
No, you're wearing it's hot today in Burbank.
You're an idiot.
It's really hot. I wore this. Look what I wore, and I'm sweating in the freaking car because I have the phone, and what I do is I put the phone like this on the seatbelt with one of those big paper clips because I don't have a Bluetooth where you can talk through the radio. And so I have to keep the windows up because I won't be able to hear it. So I sweat a lot all the way coming over here because that's how that's my speakerphone.
It's like
But I got the check for the trailer. They're gonna fix my trailer. I got the check.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it came yesterday. I had a neighbor back into my mobile home and did quite a bit of damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, do you live in there? In the mobile home?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Dude, just drive to Burbank and live here.
Yeah, you could live here.
That's
yeah,
where,
now you live here. You
that's
just
where
drive up here.
Well, maybe I'll leave. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, sure.
That's cool. I never knew that.
No, it's nice to live in a mobile home park because when you throw things out, you just throw it in the dumpster. You know, you live in a house, you got to drag garbage cans into the street. Yeah. Then you got to drag empty garbage cans back into your house. What am I, a garbage man? Am I a garbage man? Bring in the cans. Put the cans out. Bring in the cans. I got a dumpster. I got a mess. I throw it in the dumpster. I'm done. It's worth living like white trash. Yeah. It really is.
Does anyone live in a house besides Brian's rich ass?
No. House? I live at home though.
I have an apartment.
With your parents?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that great?
I was like, we all live at home. Like,
you live at home too?
We all live at home, not my parents' home.
He
my
means
home.
like that with his family.
Yeah.
His mom and dad.
Yeah.
You're originally from Sacramento, is that right?
Yeah, my parents kicked me out when I turned 17.
It's hot there, really.
Yeah, well, they were like, I think as soon as everyone turns 18, they have to leave. You can't stay.
That's how my parents, they want you to kind of move on. Yeah.
They're
not like the Asians.
I mean, I get it with you. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Go sweat in your car, dude.
Yeah. And go get vaccinated, you fucking...
Juniors, and beat it. Go to Burger King.
So, you have brothers and sisters?
I'm one of 6.
I'm one of 7.
It's hard to remember. Are you really? Or are you just trying to upstage me? I'm one of, what's after 6?
No. I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers. I'm the youngest. And what are you in the...
I'm the exact middle.
The middle child.
Yeah.
So you were brown-nosing your father the whole time.
I'm the youngest girl, though. So I got some good amount of attention because of that.
My sister Sue got to be a Met fan because she found out that my father was a Met fan. So she brown-nosed, became a Met fan and knew everything about the Mets. She didn't care about the Mets. She was just climbing up his butt. You know, it was terrible. And how many brothers and sisters do you have, Joel?
1 brother.
Older or younger?
Older.
Dynamite. Two sons.
Yeah.
Great. And your parents are great?
Yeah.
Man.
Is he a musician also?
No, he's an electrician.
That's what my dad
That's
is.
what my brother Bruce is, the
my
Trumpster.
Wow, shocking. All right.
He's retired now, though.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah,
Shocking.
Shocking.
We all know an electrician.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I think this podcast is going pretty good so far. We may not have to worry
I'm
about
fucking sweating now. Now I think the
I'm
coffee's
sweating
kicking
this.
in.
Look at
Yeah.
this, my God. After Burger King launched a new ad showing a Whopper rotting and growing mold over 34 days to show the beauty of no artificial preservatives. So-and-so and so-and-so have called it one of the boldest, most bizarre ad campaigns he's ever seen. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Just in time for St. Patrick's Day.
That's how my pumpkin looks right about now. The pumpkin I cut last October, I kept it for a video in the future.
We're going to find out that you're sponsored by Burger King, by the way.
I wish.
It looks like a Krabby Patty.
It does.
Yeah, remember when that it goes really bad?
So now that looks good.
That's cool. It's like...
Yeah, but at some point you're going to have to pass that. This is a story about lobsters. Lobster lovers. The price of local spiny lobsters has plummeted because of the coronavirus virus related to travel restrictions have cut off air shipments to the lucrative Chinese market for the next month or so, said restaurant owner Steve Gayland of North Palm Beach. We can enjoy lobster for a reasonable price. So that's good news for lobster lovers.
Mm-hmm. Is it true that when the potato famine was happening, they had all these lobsters and nobody wanted to eat it because it was like garbage food back then?
Well,
Yeah, it's what they gave to prison.
I would know.
That's why I brought it up, to be honest.
Yeah, the Irish were involved in that potato famine.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But he's right, though, right?
I do
I
love
think they used to
lobster,
give to
though.
prisoners, I believe. Yeah. Lobsters do look really gross when you look at them. It looks like cockroaches in the ocean.
They're
It's
bugs,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like disgusting looking.
Yeah, I forget who used to say, who's the first person to look at a lobster going, like, let's eat that.
It's a big bug.
Somebody
It's
hungry.
A big
Somebody's
bug.
starving, yeah.
Same person who decided that with the announcement of a guy by the name of Jeff Gellhart. Sometimes I have to stop myself when I know I'm going to say something totally stupid and immature. You know, I just stop myself. That's
You can edit
that's
it
what
out.
that is. No, we don't edit on this show, Joel.
Okay. Well,
Just like when you play your music, it's on. It's
Yeah.
on. You can't
Okay.
take it back.
have you ever said anything that you take back?
Never.
Okay.
Never. I'd like to add a few things, but, I'm not at liberty to do that at this point with certain things. So this guy wants the city. He's of Kansas City. He wants somebody. He'll pay $25,000 to anyone who can find him a girlfriend who will date him exclusively for 1 year. Women who are recommended must take a survey based on science. His name is Jeff Gelbhart. Last name is Gebhart. Can we get a look at this guy, perhaps? Probably looks like that Weinstein character. They found him guilty now.
Here we go.
Is that him?
Ugh.
He must have a lot of money. He's going to pay somebody $25,000 to sleep with
He
him.
looks like a doof.
Hi guys. Where's my girl at?
Well, take your panties off. Why do you keep your panties on?
I mean, he looks like he has a nice pad.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's based on science mean?
He said. It said
The
that he.
application based on science. Like, what does that mean? Based on science.
It's one of those things where it's like they ask a bunch of questions and scientifically they match you with the right person.
Yeah, like Harmony.com.
Yeah, Harmony.
Oh,
They're pretty accurate. My sister met her husband on that, and they found out they were both guidance counselors,
Wow.
and they get along great.
Wow.
So there must be some truth. Are you listening?
Yeah.
They must get along. They really must be. They must know what they're doing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess the more you pay, the better the site, the better the outfit. But you know, some people are against that online dating and what have you.
Yeah.
But evidently, it works for some people.
I like
people
it.
that don't want to hang out in bars and
Yeah.
barf all over themselves and say, "Get out of my way, shit! I'm drunk." Get in my wheelbarrow. Well, this one is about Norway's got an indoor skating rink, skiing lodge, like in Dubai, because the weather with the global warming is so off that even in Norway, it's not been as cold.
Shit.
The winters are varying a bit more than one would wish, explained director so-and-so and so-and-so. So in Norway, they have an indoor ski.
Look at that.
There
That
it
looks
is.
Sweet.
There it is. That's global warming. Just more evidence
Wow.
that things are shifting when you need an indoor skiing center in Norway. You know,
Today,
who
welcome
are you going to
back.
believe? You're going to believe the crooked politician who's giving blowjobs to a damn stall at the airport, or a scientist? You know, it's up to you.
Giving blowjobs to a stall?
Did I say that? You know, well, if they do, they make a hole and then they do stuff in there. Yeah, I'm a politician. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know about science. You know how to make laws to restrict movement. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. This is another update on the coronavirus. Public health officials in China and the West scrambled to slow down the spread of the new coronavirus virus this week amid growing fears that a global pandemic may be impossible to stop. The respiratory illness has so far infected more than 72,200 people and killed at least 2006 more than 98% of all cases have occurred in China. Yeah, we know it. It's coming. It's coming to a theater near you. I don't know what
We
to
were in
tell
the
you.
airport the other day. Everybody's got the masks on. Everybody's fucking worried. I'm not.
Americans are so worried. They're just
Yeah.
worried about their own worries.
I saw a guy.
Their
that had,
worries
like-
have worries. You know, they just can't live. They just can't go about their business in a free-spirited way. Everything is a problem. Everything is a problem.
I agree with you.
Jeez. And I love the drummer. The drummer is the best part of the band because they're the wildest one. Keith Moon,
Yeah.
Abanha. The drummers are nuts. They're nuts. And I saw your show. You were very.
Nuts?
No, I don't want to. This one is about This is about a 90-year-old guy in the gym. I wouldn't be comfortable in the gym with somebody who's 90 years working out because right away they're going to want somebody to give him mouth to mouth. And
Hey, somebody spot me over here.
Lloyd Black joined the local gym a year ago. A 10-minute walk on the treadmill would tire him out. That was nothing to be ashamed of. Black was 90 years old and an exercise novice, but determined to improve his health. Black diligently showed up at Anytime Fitness in Siemens, Alabama, 3 times a week. He can now speed through a half hour of power walking and lift weights. You know, you drop a weight on his foot at 90 years old, it's going to get infected. He's going to break a hip, and he's going to get, you know, once you break a hip at that age, it's
game over.
Game over.
Yeah.
For some reason, you break a hip. You know about this, Edie?
I think that 90, I mean, he walked for 30 minutes. That's it.
Why do they wait till 90 years old? That's really a
To
weird
walk for
thing
30
to
minutes?
exercise.
That's
you
what
know?
people do.
What does he
man.
want to live
Yeah.
forever? What are you going to get him?
But you'd think you would have done it earlier in your life, you know? Like, even at 50 or 60 or 70 or even 80 or 85. But
Yeah.
you waited till 90 to be
Yeah.
like, I need to
At
hit
that
the
point, he
gym.
made it till 90.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
You know?
I bet I could kick his ass.
Is that
That's the things you got to watch out for. That's
that
the,
him?
That's
Yeah.
the things you got to watch out for.
Yeah, no,
that's a
you're definitely
woman's
right.
nightmare right there. That's a male sperm cell looking for a resting spot.
Seaman, Alabama.
Jeez.
That's a town that's called Seaman, Alabama.
Here's a nice one.
Wonder what their motto is. Hey, come again.
Here's a nice one. Flying with a baby can be a nighttime. Be a nightmare. Did I miss? Did I miss something?
I don't know. What do you think the motto of Seaman, Alabama would be, Holtzman?
Wow, I don't know. That's something else. That's great. Flying with a baby can be a nightmare, but for Dustin and Karen Moore, Moore, it led to an unexpected shower of kindness. A shower of kindness. The couple was flying home from Colorado to California with their newly adopted 8-day-old daughter when a curious flight attendant asked about their baby. He used the in-flight intercom to announce the very special guest and passed out napkins and pens. 60 passengers then wrote messages of encouragement and advice for the new parents. For an entire crew of strangers to come together like that to show us that kind of love and kindness meant everything to us, said Dustin. Isn't that a nice story?
Honestly, stop listening. Like, after the third word, I was gone.
But I do that all the time. You know,
kidding.
people talk. You just
I hear
can't
babies on a plane, and I fucking
Yeah,
I'm done.
because you're all over the world
I
with
hate
this Kill Tony.
Yeah.
When are they going to kill him? That's what I want to know.
Oh my god.
It's common.
No.
But I bet people were writing things on the napkin like, "Hey, you know, f you. Your baby's a shit machine. Good luck. Good luck."
So okay, so they were new parents, and everybody was telling them.
I wonder
good
what
luck
airline
with
that was. It wasn't United.
It
That's
was
for
advice
sure.
to the little baby, right?
United. They would have beat the shit out of the baby and dragged him off the plane, beat his ass.
Only if he's Asian.
Yeah.
It was advice to the parents. I
Oh.
would think it would be weird. I'd be like, okay, well, thank you for all these notes. I wouldn't be touched at all. I think it was weird.
I wouldn't want to give him
And I
any
would also
advice.
be one of the people who was writing the note. I'd be like, why do we have to do this?
Yeah,
This is
why?
weird.
What advice can I give you? You know,
Yeah.
You
What about,
should have
like,
read
people-
books. You should have before you buy a fish tank. Don't you get a little book that tells you how to handle tropical fish? You know, you're gonna adopt a baby and not know what the hell you're doing. Wouldn't you do some research,
Yeah.
Joel?
Yeah, I would. Was it an adopted baby?
Yeah, an adopted baby.
Oh, it was adopted.
That was
Let's
the-
go buy a baby. Let's
They
go
both-
buy a baby.
That's
That's what it is. You got to buy them. You just don't go and pick them up. There's a lot of fees involved.
That was the third word.
They say you
So
can't
had
sell
already figured
babies,
out.
but when you
Adopt,
adopt,
that's
you're
right.
buying it. You're buying it.
Goes
I mean,
out.
your money is exchanging.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know if anybody knows that. They're
remember
not free.
Some advice somebody gave me.
It's like when you adopt a dog, you have to pay the fees. And, yeah. Go ahead.
They said
Darren.
keep lifting your baby like every time you see, because one day the kid will be too heavy to lift. So I always did that. I always, you know, because when they're little, you can be like, I love the little boy.
Well, thanks a lot,
And
Darren,
then-
for that.
Okay.
Amazon CEO.
You guys don't have kids. All right. Sorry.
Here's another proof of the global warming. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos pledged $10 billion this week to create a fund to fight climate change. And that's all I'll say about that. That's a nice thing he did. $10 billion.
Well, he has all this extra money from not paying taxes. Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another item of interest about something that he bought here in Beverly Hills, which will be very, very, very interesting to people who are interested in items of interest for sure.
I'm interested.
I brought my charger again today. Been on the phone a lot today talking to various
I want one of those.
charity events. Oh, these are great. Yeah, you definitely need them because I was telling Redban, you're on the road. You're not going to look for. You're not going to be that clown in the airport looking for a socket,
Yeah,
and then
I
get
am,
on the
too.
plane and then leave their phone in the socket
Yeah.
at LAX while you're flying off to Bulgaria to do Kill Tony or
Yeah,
some
Kill
shit.
Tony, Bulgaria,
But
2021.
this is great. This has lights on it. This has everything, and I want to talk about your Kill Tony.
Great.
How you got that job. That's just a success story, man. That's great. to be on the world's number one live podcast in the world.
Wow.
In the world. There was one in India that was number one, but you knocked those off.
Yeah. They were doing numbers too out there.
The Boy Scouts are in trouble again. They're facing a flood of sexual abuse lawsuits that the Boy Scouts of America filed for bankruptcy this week in a bid to limit the financial damage to the 110. Oh, what do we got here? The Boy Scout Handbook. This is the official Boy Scout Handbook.
Wow.
Scouts honor.
So they're molesting Boy Scouts again?
Well, they're doing what they can to get off, I guess. I don't know.
Brian, it has your name on it. This is yours from when you were a kid?
Of course it is.
Do you get a badge for that?
I got molested good.
I was in the Boy Scouts. I saw that movie Deliverance when I was in the Boy Scouts on a canoe trip in the Delaware. And I was too young to see that movie. That movie was too deep for a youngster. It was just too deep. There was things being done to people, and it was just bones, broken bones coming out of the skin. And it was.
What? Was that you?
Yeah.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a scary. That was a scary movie.
There it is.
Oh, I didn't like that at all.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Oh.
It makes him squeal like a pig.
Oh
Well,
man,
I'm
I wouldn't have taken that part. I don't know. That's a dedicated actor when they say, "Well, we want you in this scene to take it up the butt by a hillbilly." Well, what's my motivation?
Yeah. My moment before.
Oh no, I don't like this. This is
yeah.
too deep. This movie.
By the way, this is like the worst part of the movie as far as like
Yeah,
the.
Yeah, of course
Thanks
it
for
is.
showing the worst part of the movie, Red
The
Band.
best part, if you're a Boy Scout.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh my
You guys-
God.
So what badge did you get for watching this?
Yeah. Did you have to-
You could keep a secret badge.
Yeah.
It just says shh.
So I guess we'll close that out.
And that
then.
one guy's a football player. I read the guy with the missing teeth, and I think he took his missing like false teeth out to look crazier.
Oh, there's John Voight. Yeah.
Dang.
Why don't they get John Voight?
Well, they like him a little bit.
They like
Oh man, that was
Get to the good part.
that was on regular TV the other day. I
He's
didn't
not
like
even
it.
really trying that hard to get him either.
Yeah, he's getting off
Somebody
on it.
saves the day. Let's just put it at that.
A Chinese marathoner overcame a government coronavirus quarantine by running 31 miles in his small apartment.
Fitbit.
Pan Skogum needed 6,250 laps around a 26-foot course he'd arranged in a single room in order to cover the distance. His time, he noted, was 4 hours and 48 minutes. And Red Band, these don't want to stay on. Red Band.
So what did he do? He ran a marathon in his apartment.
Yes, he ran a marathon in his apartment.
Can you imagine living below that guy? You know? What's he doing? Running a marathon?
He did that in he did that in China?
Yeah, in China. I have not been outside for many days, but today I could not bear sitting around anymore, he said, of the restrictions authorities have
Cabin fever,
imposed
man.
because of the epidemic. I'm sweating all over. Feels great. So,
Okay.
That apartment must stink.
oh my God, it's like one of those gyms people like to go to. Let's smell other people's sweat. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up.
Not till I'm 90.
A water skiing squirrel has become the focus. This is another garbage article by somebody who can't mind their own business. A water skiing squirrel has become the focus of a legal battle in Vancouver, British Columbia. Twiggy is delighting fans by performing at a Vancouver International Boat Show on tiny water skis wearing a hand-sewn life preserver. But city officials have told the show it is violating an obscure law. So if it's obscure, then you should forget about it.
Yeah, what the
Stupid asses. God, these city councils and these politicians, they're just crazy. Who is that hurting? The squirrel looks like he's having a good time. The kids are having a good time. You know, as soon as somebody's having fun, somebody's got to say no more fun. You can't have any more fun. We've got to stop this fun. If that squirrel could talk, he'd probably say, I'm having a lot of fun water skiing. He doesn't look like he's scared, does he, Darren?
No, he looks like he's enjoying it.
Look at him. Oh, look, he's trained. He's a trained squirrel, you idiot. Damn politicians. It's great. They're horrible people. Look at him. As he bites that little girl's nose right off.
I wish he'd fucking attack him.
Oh, what a cute squirrel. He's probably getting the best food. He doesn't have to forage for his nuts on trees and get hit by cars.
Yeah, and his boat is sponsored by Progressive.
You know how many dead squirrels I have to pick up sometimes?
How many?
You'll be surprised.
Really?
One day it could be 3 or 4 in one shift.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Oh, yeah.
He likes it, though. He's sweating. He likes
I wonder if you think Don Barris has ever picked up a dead squirrel?
I don't believe so. He's the one that runs them over. But so he's violating a road. Someone is preserved. It shows violating an obscure law that prohibits the use of rodents in competitions, exhibits, performances, or events. Twiggy, however, continues to perform in violation of the city order. In defending his use, a spokesman for the boat show said that Twiggy's act is educational and helps kids learn about life jacket safety. What a bunch of idiots. That squirrel's probably eating better than most people in L.A. living on the street.
He's got a little life jacket on, by the way.
Yeah.
Handmade.
Handmade, hand-sewn.
So what was the law that had to be made because there was somebody who was abusing the rodents? Like, who
Richard
ruined
Gere
that?
was shoving hamsters up his ass.
Yeah, who ruined that they had to make a law?
This is another animal story. We have a lot of listeners that love animals. The owners of a beloved beagle that had gone missing for days were startled when they heard the dog's disembodied bark coming from under the ground. The puzzled Virginia family called animal control officers, and they they found out that Henry had chased a rabbit or other animal into a hole in the yard that led to an old abandoned vehicle buried upside down in the dirt. Several rescuers had to use tools to unearth the car and free Henry. Happy to say Henry is fine, a statement from the animal control shelter said. Does it say where this is from?
Hey, there's
Virginia.
Henry.
Virginia. Yeah, see, in Virginia, they don't throw stuff out like regular people, you know. They just bury the shit in the backyard. You know, other places you call the company and they'll come and pick up your mattress or your old car, I guess. You know, but in Virginia, they bury the shit in the backyard. And then they wonder why. What is he? Oh, my God.
So you think this is like...
It's a Boy Scout video here. You know, the Boy Scout video.
It's just like their version of Deliverance.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen dogs do it missionary.
That dog is in some kind of condition.
It's a wind-up.
Jeez, look at him go. Look at him go. He'd be great on the airplane. How'd you like to have a dog like that next to you on the seat in the airplane?
I'd fucking kill it.
You know, they had a horse on the airplane. You see about the horse?
Oh, God. Really?
Yeah, they had a horse on the airplane. It's going to be his last flight. And they prepared for it. Watch it. This little horse.
Oh, a little horse.
There it is. There he goes. He's going through security.
Oh, my God. You think they passed out notes to the parents?
No, it's not. It's also a stupid one.
The TSA agent wants to pat him down, give him the extra.
It's a new one and a stupid one.
It's a service horse. Yeah. A service animal.
But it's cool, though, because once she lands, she can ride it to her hotel.
You think she's
like flying is a pain in Joel, flying is a pain in the ass to begin with. And you got a horse?
Yeah.
You got to wait on line behind a horse?
Horse is shitting all the time on the
So
plane.
I got this horse's tongue up my ass at the airport.
Oh! So I got this horse's tongue up my ass.
This is going pretty good, the items of interest. It'll be done in a minute. So a lot of people that get, people get nuts with this item of interest.
Oh, yeah.
For people that can't stand it, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, it provides conversation. I mean, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
You know, you got to talk about something.
Interesting.
I don't know what people are talking about. What do you think they're talking about?
Who's talking shit about this?
Oh,
who's sending you comments? Name names.
We've had guests that were very upset with it. Yeah.
Who?
Adam Eget.
You didn't like it?
We couldn't even release that episode.
Oh, really? You could.
Adam Egan hates it. I don't know why. Cruise ship bookings have dropped 10 to 15% because of
That's why you keep thinking it's episode 16.
fears. Did you find out what episode
This is 15.
Are you sure? I've just one
Because
last week.
Brian's like, I've recorded hundreds of these.
And so the bookings of the cruise ships have dropped 10 to 15% because of fears raised by outbreaks of coronavirus and extended quarantine on 2 cruise ships, according to the organization. The travel agency stories about the virus are front page news every day. Said so and 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 so. Yeah, we all know.
A lot of coronaviruses news in this items of interest.
Do we know how many?
Well, it's the big story. It's the world story. Everybody's talking about
Have
it.
we had any instances in America?
Yeah.
Oh
we
yes.
How
Oh
many?
yes.
Yeah. How many?
A Puerto Rican family of 4,
Really? Well,
I believe.
I think there was one in California.
okay. Well,
And
whatever.
no caller ID.
Nope.
That's probably a call I'm going to have to take.
It's probably Adam calling to say this
I'm
is
going to use the
not.
bathroom then.
It's boring.
I can't take that call, but that was probably a very important call, if you know what I mean. But I missed it. Darren went to the bathroom again to powder his nose. I wish he would get off that coke, you know?
yeah, it's real sad.
I mean, he's going to shoot heroin into his eyeballs. I mean, the guy, he's just let loose. He's like a... So this story everybody heard about the guy who got the woman who reclined her seat all the way back to the guy in the last row, and he started doing a little jabs. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll go all the way to New York from L.A. and not even...
Oh, that's brutal. I
No
can't
more.
do it.
I can't let it go back because I feel bad. You know?
I don't.
I say fuck them.
I say fuck them.
Well,
It's
most
there
people
for
do.
a reason.
How far does it go back? I've never
doesn't
gone
Go
that far
that
back.
far.
What I'm doing now is I'm just doing business class or first class
Yeah.
because I can't take that. I can't take the steerage anymore.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know.
Yeah.
The
you know,
steerage?
You know where they put everybody in and
Oh.
everybody's and you got to wait online for the bathroom and everybody you sit in the middle seat and everybody's
You know what I hate?
mean and
As soon as the plane lands, when everybody stands up, it's
Yeah,
like
it's like,
we
why?
all have to file out of here one at a time. What
Oh
are
yeah,
you
how about the
doing?
guys who cut? The only ones you
I hate
cut
that.
are the ones who got a connecting flight. They can cut.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay.
But
with
other
that.
people who go, you're gonna wait your turn, you idiot.
Yeah, fuck off.
You're in a rush to go nowhere.
I hate when people have their horse. And,
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
next to me, man.
You look
That
down
horse-
and there's a big pile of horse shit on your fucking show. Oh my God.
Yeah, what did you think about that? The guy punching the seat. You thought
The
it
guy
was...
shouldn't punch the seat.
Yeah, right.
You got to go with what you got to go with. The lady.
It's almost just like it has to be a perfect storm of two people being so immature.
Right.
Yeah.
It can't be one person being mature. They both have to be at the same level of immaturity.
Yeah. I hated how the Delta CEO is like, oh, I never put my seat back. And I'm like, bullshit. You sit in first class. Do you think
Yeah.
you're sitting in the
Yeah,
coach?
he-
Fuck off.
Yeah, he says something in here about. I don't want to go into this too far, but he said some stupid lame.
Yeah.
You
How
shut
about
up.
you just pull a row of seats out?
Yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah.
Just pull a row of seats out, you greedy son of a gun. Airlines.
And Boeing even says when they make these planes, like, oh, it's supposed to have 25 rows. But no, these airlines buy the planes and then add 28 rows.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not even designed to have that many rows.
No.
It's fucking annoying.
And then they'll tell you, oh, you can't bring 2 bags because it's like, oh, there's no room.
I took Sprint Airlines the other time, and then they
Sprint?
they charged me 25 cents to take a
Spirit.
piss. Everything. You
Oh,
take-
dude,
you
I'd be
ever-
broke by the end of the flight.
You would be. Yeah, you got some coke on your nose there. This is a good one. This is from the entertainment world. This one is going to get everybody upset. Oh no. She knows I'm doing the podcast. I don't know why I'm getting calls. Something else must be wrong.
Of interest?
Maybe there's a tornado that hit my trailer this time.
1,000 dead squirrels.
Maybe the water truck.
I've seen your trailer on their videos. You know, you live in a big trailer, huh? Like double wide.
It's a single wide.
It looks like a giant house. That's
Well,
interesting.
And you have a nice Zen garden out back.
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks really good. I remember looking at it going, wow, I wish I could afford a house, but now I know it's a trailer, so I feel
We call it a mobile home if you don't
mobile
mind.
home.
Yeah.
It's not mobile though, right? It's fucking planted where
be.
you're at, right?
I can't move it.
Where you go? It ain't mobile.
I got to get a bigger hitch on my truck if I'm going to move it.
But it can be moved for the right amount of money.
Any
Or the
regular
right- or the
house
right-
can be moved.
Yeah, I could move it, but where would I move it
Or the
to?
right windstorm, I should say.
I could move it next to Pink Dot. That's an empty lot now.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
Dude,
probably
how
already.
cool would that be?
Man, yeah.
That'd be-
They tore down
The
my
one on
building.
Sunset?
I used to
Oh,
live there.
really?
Oh.
Someone told me a band used to live in that. Like
Oh
some
yeah,
famous band.
bikers and
Okay.
bands and comedians and musicians and prostitutes, whores.
Wow.
Just about. Just
Electricians?
Yeah.
Electrician.
Horses.
Podcasters.
Irish.
Just a eclectic group of. There was an old lady living there once too. And I don't know
was
what
the-
she
she
was
was the
doing up
hooker,
there. Yeah,
right?
she must have been the hooker. I don't know. It's hard to turn down $1,500 a night. Jeez. And one show only. The new family-friendly adaptation of the Call of the Wild has only one glaring shortcoming, said so-and-so and so-and-so. Its canine hero, Buck, is not a real dog, but a computer-generated animation that is meant to look real enough as we follow this journey from family pet to abused but resilient member of a Yukon sled team. Granted, Buck is an adorable creature, but every time I got close to falling in love with him, the dead feeling behind his eyes got in the way. No doubt you've heard of the uncanny valley occupied by digital humans. No, I haven't. What's the uncanny valley? The uncanny valley? I never heard of the uncanny
I
valley.
don't
Has
know.
anybody heard of the unvalley?
Brian's the digital fucking.
What is the
expert. What is that?
the uncanny
Where does it say
valley?
that?
The CANNY valley, whatever the hell that is.
So people are mad that it's a CGI dog.
The
Well, let's
uncanny.
see.
What is
What
she?
is that? That's not a valley at all.
To describe the observation that as robots appear more human-like, they become more appealing, but only to
To a certain point. Okay, we got it.
It's like
Oh,
evolutionary.
that's good. We
like-
learned something. I like this.
I try to.
Yeah. So the robot becomes you like. There's a certain point where you're like, it's so human-like. Wow. But then it's like,
Yeah, the more
it's
you,
not
the more you're
Yeah.
onto it, the more
Yeah.
you look at it, the more you're around it. Then, because
Like those-
it's not human,
Yeah.
your human
Yeah.
sophistication takes over and realizes that it's fake.
like
Yeah.
all the mannequins that Redban has.
Like
they look
Janice.
real, but
Or-
then they kind of like Janice.
And like Janice.
Look into my eyes.
She's recharging right now.
She's recharging.
The dead feeling behind his eyes gets in the way. No doubt you've heard of the uncanny valley. We know what that is now. Occupied digital humans, said so-and-so and so-and-so. This is an uncanny
That's so cool. I never
dog
knew
house. And not even a love of...
Why people find humanoid robots so creepy? The uncanny valley.
And not even Harrison Ford can make you forget the fakery. The Call of the Wild wants to post to fool you that the dogs are man's best friend, but it's also a great reminder that there's nothing like the real thing. So that's that.
By the way, I just realized you said you're dyslexic, so this is so impressive. You're reading all these articles right now.
Some of them I do better than others. Some of
Yeah.
the words are larger than others, and I do my best.
Yeah.
You know.
I was in special ed growing up for being dyslexic.
Really?
yeah, and
I was not diagnosed till a couple of weeks ago.
And now I have a podcast where I was supposed to read, and I had to hire somebody to come in and read.
No,
Because
you only
people-
get better at reading out loud or reading if the more you do it.
Yeah, but I couldn't risk it because I was already getting bad reviews. They were like, "This bitch can't read."
Yeah, but that's just for the haters.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's just for people that don't count.
Yeah.
If you have nothing positive to say,
Then leave a
your
review.
mother always told you, you don't say anything.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear negative, toxic
Mm-hmm.
garbage.
But I have a really hard time reading out loud.
Maybe if your parents hadn't done so many pill bottle shots, you would be.
Yeah.
Well, talk to her about the pill
Yeah.
bottle
Yeah,
shots.
I didn't want to look her in the eyes when I said it. I was talking to her, but I was looking at you.
I got an uncanny valley.
You guys are you guys in relationships right now? You make a pretty
I
good
am.
couple right now, don't they?
Oh, okay, he
Very
says
nice
no.
couple.
He's
I'm-
not down for it.
He's in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship, Brian,
All right, that's
With
no
Brian,
problem.
yeah.
You know,
with me and Brian.
I'll wait.
Redban coming to a theater near you.
Joel likes it deep.
This is one. This is one about
You're
Retired
listening to Dead Air with Brian Holtzman.
NBA star David Wade, but I don't think I want to get involved in that. That's a family issue. I don't know why people have to comment about things that don't. That's somebody else's family. What is your life so vacant?
What happened with that? I don't know what.
He has a daughter or a son who's changed their sex, perhaps. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just none of anybody's business.
Yeah.
You know, this is 2020. You got a problem with somebody else doing whatever they want to do? Get a life.
Yeah.
Mind your own free. What do you think about that? Edie is that?
Yeah.
What do you?
What do I think about sex changes?
No, about minding your own business. You know, right?
Honestly, it just doesn't interest me. I don't care.
You don't think about it, right?
No, I don't think about it at all.
It's like two men having sex. Who
Well,
cares?
that I think about.
Did you hear that, Darren?
Hey, don't get any ideas, buddy.
Okay. Sales of print maps and road atlases have grown by about 10% a year since 2014 as more people worry about being tracked or given erroneous directions by their phones. Some 666,000 paper maps and road atlases were sold in 2019. So that's good for the publishers and the printers for those. Remember the Thomas guides? Mm-hmm. You have your Thomas guide? Yeah, it's under all that fast food trash that you never throw out of your car. Do you keep neat cars? You know, some people's cars are like garbage pails.
Yeah.
Is yours?
Mine's pretty messy.
Mine can be bad sometimes. I clean it like once a week.
You know, I guess they finish the fast food, they throw it on the floorboard, and then
I
they
hate
just
that.
they just get out of the car and go about their business. You wonder if they even wipe their ass after they poo. You know, if you're not
Or if
cleaning
they
up
shower
your,
after they pee, right?
yeah.
I wonder if they even shower after they pee.
God. This is a great one. This is going to excite everybody. This is too funny.
Well, I can't wait.
This is the one about Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, he wishes he could buy more height. I bet he wishes he was taller. He's probably looking at
He's 5'7", it says. There it is.
That's how tall I am.
But you know what, though? That's for the internet. He's probably, like, shorter, you know.
You're a drummer.
Hey,
You're
on the
the right
internet,
height
you're
to
like
be a drummer.
5'9".
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that guy from Rush.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
They
Neil
called
Peart.
him the greatest drummer
Can
in
you
the
play
world.
drums with two pens? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Can we, at some point?
Sure,
Is it cool?
maybe.
I don't mean to take over your show, but he's right there. He's a gifted, talented
No, I didn't say anything.
I would love to.
Did everybody have a hamburger?
I did.
Yes, thank you.
Brian, what episode is it?
Yeah, it's just,
Check on that. Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
let me look that up.
Check on that. Thanks.
'Cause I went to Guitar Center, I tried it, and I think you're supposed to. I don't know. Are you supposed to keep the drumsticks kind of loose, and that way they kind of extra bounce?
yeah.
But it didn't really.
It's all like this. Like that would be.
Yeah,
Just
you
like
don't want to
that?
make the stick
You
stiff.
can use this to like move it.
Oh,
Anyway,
oh
this
wow!
is all-
No, I would. It's a skill. We don't
Of course,
have that.
he's a professional musician.
I know.
What do you think? He's
I would like to see a regular
Oh
person
my
try
God, no!
There's Brody's drum pad.
Oh man!
all right.
I mean, I'm not. I'll wait a bit. Let's fucking.
I would love to see like a regular person try to play it, and then like a real drummer.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to see Brian try to play
Did you
it
get
first.
this out of the box? Did you get this out of the box?
I had the Brody box.
The magic box. There you go.
Oh my God, this is stupid.
No, don't do it then if it's not gonna. Don't. What are you trying to embarrass him?
No.
Are you trying to embarrass him? Those aren't
I wanna see you
drumsticks.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll go
Yeah,
first. I'll go
yeah.
because I want to see like a regular person like me. I have no drumming ability. I can beatbox, but that's not the same thing. You know. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, it's
So I'm
Do
gonna
you have sticks, Brian?
Brody stick somewhere.
I'm gonna put the lead part away so it's not like scratching up the. You know what I mean?
Did you sleep with when you were growing up with the drums? Did you sleep with your sticks?
No, I had my kid in like my bedroom though when I was
Right.
little. So I didn't start till I was 14. I'm 33 now, so it's
Did you play in the garage? Did you have a garage?
yeah.
That's
My
great.
mom would make brownies and stuff for the neighbors so
That's
they
so
wouldn't
cool.
call the cops.
Wow.
Well, go ahead,
great.
Darren.
All right.
Okay.
We'll continue to hold this
Do I
podcast.
do I
up
hold
as
it
long as
like
you want.
this? Am I kind of holding it right, or is this?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It's
I'm
a
gonna go-
weird. It's a weird.
It's because they're not drumsticks, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not.
You don't hold it like that. I know. I don't play the drums, and I know you don't hold it like that.
Oh, we have drumsticks.
All right.
Give it back to the professional.
No, I'm gonna go.
No, I want to see him first.
like a regular person. I think we should all try it first. So I'm gonna.
Here, look.
Okay, yeah.
You want to do that?
I don't want him back on the podcast for
Like
at least
this?
6 months.
Okay, hold on. Like this,
Yeah.
and then just
Turn your
go
hand
for it.
sideways. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go as fast as I can.
You ever
Ready?
see the drummer boy?
I know. Hold on. I'm gonna go as fast as I can.
Well, we're holding on, but the podcast.
Okay, that's
Not
as good as
bad.
it gets.
Not bad.
Very
You
good.
go, Brian. You go. I want to see how
yeah.
good you can go. How fast you can do it.
Is this the dumbest thing you guys have ever done?
Is that how you do it? That.
I mean, that's like you can, yeah, that's fine.
Come on,
there's
dude. You
traditional
ever seen the
grip,
drummer
there's matched grip.
Very good.
Wow.
You happy? You happy? You happy? You little special needs adult.
All right.
Sorry. That was cool.
Are you guys just hitting it fast?
I was trying to see how fast I could do it.
I can't hit it fast at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm all fucking nervous now.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't want to do it.
Oh, there he is. That's a professional right there.
Oh,
Look at that.
drum line.
You know, you're the first musician to perform on the podcast.
cool,
Dead
great.
Air.
I'm glad.
That was so cool.
Isn't that right, Redban?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That was cool, man.
Man, he's wicked. I've been to the Kill Tony shows. I've seen you in action. You're wicked, man.
Thanks, man.
Wicked.
Thank you.
But what I wanted to talk to you about this, we lost the drummer from Rush. What
Yeah.
was his name?
Neil
Barrett.
Peart. Neil Peart, yeah.
And the guy had like 60 or 70 drums.
Yeah.
67 cymbals.
Yeah.
What's it called? The block?
I don't know.
Some other gadgets.
Okay.
You know, any one of us could have been the greatest drummer in the world if we had 67 freaking drums and 18 cymbals. I mean, did you saw the drum
Look
set
at
this
it.
guy
Yeah,
had,
it's
right?
it's
How
a
many
monster.
drums? Anybody?
Edie.
Edie, look at the drums.
Oh, wow.
You could have been a drummer. You could have been a drunken Irish drummer.
Yeah.
It looks
For
so
Rush.
fun, though, man.
Look at that. Look at all those drums. How can you not be a great drummer? Look at all those drums. Joel? You know, most drum sets they have just a little, the round one,
Yeah.
and then what do they call that?
His mom must have
The
passed
little
out
one?
a lot of brownies to the
We got a
neighborhood.
Snare
bass
drum,
drum, snare drum, rack tom, floor tom.
and that's it.
Yeah.
And this guy, look at all the drums. He's got more drums than he knows what to do with. I bet some of them he hasn't even hit. Anyway, he was a great drummer. I couldn't believe that. I discovered Rush when I was in the Air Force in Okinawa.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe remember it was in the days when Bose speakers were big?
Yeah.
And they had reel-to-reels. Remember when reel-to-reels were a big deal? This was like the early 80s. We went to the BX and there was a guy in the barracks who never went downtown and you just had all the stereo equipment. It was blackface and
Well,
he had
you
the
can't
Bose
do blackface
speakers on
anymore.
the back. He had the Bose speakers on the stand,
Yeah.
on the pedestal, and he introduced me to Rush on the reel-to-reel tape, and it was like they were in the room,
Damn.
crystal clear on the reel-to-reels. And reel-to-reel is gone now. That's not some
Yeah.
of the past.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe that all that sound was coming out of three guys.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Three guys makes all that sound from Rush. Just fascinating. I also discovered Queen when I was over there. They had things called Laserdisc. Remember Laserdisc?
Oh yeah.
And they would play the Laserdisc and you'd see Queen. And I was clueless, just like I am today. And I saw Queen with his chest hanging out in this tight outfit. And I scratched my head. The music is great. So you really wanted to see the music. But while you were watching it, you were like, his balls are bulging through the tight outfit.
Yeah.
It's cut like this so you could see all his hairy chest. And I'm shaking my head going, man, the music's great, but
Freddie
what
Mercury.
kind of outfit is that?
Yeah.
What? And then I realized when people told me that they were, homosexuals. Or one of them, him anyway.
Yeah, well, like Prince was like that too, and
Well, he wasn't a homosexual, was he?
no, I don't think he ever said he was.
But I know what you mean. Like he'd have the
Yeah, they have
assless pants and all that.
Yeah, like a swagger.
I like that
Feminine,
movie.
like
the movie about
androgynous.
Queen was
Yeah.
good, except they could have left that blowjob stuff out, the gay stuff. They could have let that
I
go.
didn't see it. All those music biopics, they move too quickly. Like they always like jump,
The music was great.
And at
though.
the end, they couldn't get the rights to the real concert, Live Aid, I guess. So they
had to redo it.
They did something else, or
Yeah.
they did it themselves, or something.
CGI
but they
recreated
wouldn't.
it.
The people who own the estate wouldn't release it for that film.
They did that with the Hendrix movie. Like they couldn't get the rights to the music, so the only song you see him playing in the movie is Sgt. Pepper, because that's a Beatles song, so they could clear that one.
You think that maybe they didn't? I think you have to pay the licensing fee. So maybe the fee was just too much, and they just decided they didn't want to pay that much. I'm sure they could have had it if they paid enough. like this movie I saw last night, Regardless, with Freddie Soto.
Yeah.
It was a great movie. Freddie Soto was a great comic, and it took them quite a number of years to get all the licensing fees to be able to make that movie. And
Is it out for people to see, or is it just?
This was at a film festival,
Okay.
the Golden State Film Festival, but they're trying to perhaps sell it. I think it would be great on Netflix.
I'd love to see that. I remember him when I was a
He
kid watching.
was stone
awesome.
cold committed to his material, and he was just bulletproof. Just bulletproof. There he is, Freddie Soto. That's Al Magical, and he was very good, close friends as well. And it's just a shame. It was.
Wow. Oh, is that the whole movie? No.
You knew Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie Soto for sure.
And there's Bobby Lee.
El Paso, Texas.
And so I enjoyed it.
We did a tour together, actually. We did Seattle and some other cities.
Oh yeah, there he is. Rest in peace, Freddie Soto.
It was a
there that
sad,
night.
sad time.
Just
sad.
a great comic. He'd go up there and he talked about his life and the influence of his father, and then they introduced it into his show. And there's Joey Diaz,
Joey.
another great comic. I mean, just bulletproof. Joey Diaz, he's bulletproof as too. When I say bulletproof, I mean there's no dead air. And that's Corey. That's and there's Eleanor Kerrigan. She's bulletproof as well, and she's Irish. She's Irish, Edie.
Yeah, I know her.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I do. Very
You guys
sweet.
go out drinking together. And
I think we actually have been.
bunch of pill bottles.
He's laid to rest in El Paso, Texas, where he's originally from.
Yeah.
But it was. It's just being a comic. Sometimes it's like being a helicopter pilot. It's.
Yeah, all the friends people lose, just like. Anyway, got sad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Where's the drum at?
This is the dead air. So this is the
You said getting licensing for the movie is how we got off on this.
the Bezos story. Jeff Bezos has bought the Warner estate in Beverly Hills for $165 million.
Wow.
A new high for a home sold in California. It's only got 9 acres.
I heard it's really a trailer.
No, it's
Mobile
it's
home.
the classic.
Oh, mobile
house.
home. You're right.
It's beautiful.
Mobile home.
Thank you, Joel.
Have you seen my mobile phone?
Look at that. Look at that. That's,
My mobile home.
that was the big movie CEO used to Warner.
Where the Looney Tunes
Warner
live.
Brothers used to live there. So it's the premier residence. Only 9 acres though.
Would you want to live in a house that big? It's a little too big for me.
I have a theory. I think that's what poor people always say.
Oh,
They're always like, it doesn't look comfy enough. But fuck it, dude. I'll find a corner and I'll make it
after
mine.
I read the rest. Joel's right. After I read the rest of this, Edie and Darren Carter,
Yeah.
the answer is definitely yes, because that you would buy this home. A 9-acre property cost the Amazon boss 0.13% of his net worth.
That's fucking crazy.
Wow.
It's equivalent. It's equivalent to someone who earns $68,000 a year spending $88. So the answer
Wow.
would, of course, you would buy it. Why wouldn't you buy it if it cost you $88 out of your fortune?
Do you know how many sets I'd have to do at Flappers?
Look at that. Look at that. That's a lot of. Oh my God. You'd have to. You could rent it out to movie shoots and
Porno shoots.
and Spanish weddings and
Porno
stuff.
shoots.
Spanish weddings.
And
Let's film Deliverance here.
that's a spread.
What's the upkeep gotta cost though, keeping those fish alive? First,
It's true though. You can't let a property like that just
Yeah, because it looks great like that, but it would be like that Whopper burger just molding.
Look
in
at
Yeah.
the look at the horticulture.
It wasn't taken
Oh,
care
look
of.
at yeah.
Steve Gutenberg, right?
It's got a very The Shining vibe.
Yes,
to
it does, right? With that
Yeah.
maze garden.
Yeah, it's got a kind of
That's
creepy
what,
vibe.
that's what I was saying about the big house. Because I know when my wife and son leave town and I come home alone, I kind of I go from room to room to make sure there's no intruders. I can only imagine like
Yeah, if you're
a
not
big-
getting along with your wife, that would be a great residence because you could never see.
But wouldn't
her.
you be creeped out?
Oh,
if
there's
you
a
don't-
good
you
shot.
thought you hear a
Thanks.
noise or something?
Yeah, there's like a
That's-
rock garden.
There's a
or-
good shot, Redban. Did you see that? Right near the road. No, 80. He's in the movie business now with this Amazon.
That's awesome.
So he wants to be a player in Hollywood. So it only
Damn.
makes sense that he have a residence in Beverly Hills. And
Wow, Wow, I actually want this house now. The more you keep showing it.
But you're right. You're right, though. All those windows have to be kept clean. It's not a kind of place you get run down. Look, there's no leaves. Look at the horticulture alone. You know what the gardeners bill a month alone. Yeah. So you're right. The upkeep.
I think they used a filter to make everything look extra green.
And this was the house at the Beverly Hills Beverly Hills Hillbillies.
Really?
When I went to the Playboy Mansion, though, you'd go inside and it was just so, you could tell it's so outdated. Like they still had like rotary phones everywhere, and it was just dusty everywhere. Like you would think, oh, the Playboy Mansion is huge, it's awesome, but no, it's like going to an old person's house.
Yeah, it was unkept. You know? It was unkept and not updated. Yeah. Did they tear that down, or did they?
No, they somebody
refurbished
bought it. Yeah, somebody bought it.
Did they make that a hysterical site?
I don't know if they did that, but I saw it in a movie the other day.
Not a hysterical site, historical site. Did they?
I don't know, but they still use it. I saw it in a film the other day, so they must just rent it out for films and stuff. That was weird being in there, though. I went to the arcade, and the floor of the arcade was like a bed mattress. So the floor, when you walk in, it's like, why does it feel like I'm sitting on a mattress? The whole place just had like a mattress.
In case you just want to have sex right there.
You want to fuck right there in the arcade.
Was that the vibe you got, that people could just have sex anywhere?
Yeah, but it was not as sexy as you thought. Like, I thought you'd go there and just be like people with their tits hanging out everywhere fucking and shit, but it was more like a bunch of old people getting together and having like food and stuff.
Did you see any nudity?
No, I didn't. I met Hugh, though. Like, I was supposed to do a podcast with Hugh Hefner before he died, and it was just supposed to like document his life.
I'm so glad you're doing the podcast.
Thanks, Brian. Good to be here.
I'm a big fan of the Kill Tony
we love having you production. On. It's great.
It's just such a popular show. Have you seen it in person at the main
Yeah, I have. I did it once.
Every Monday night. I mean, the audience is just so loved, and the energy. It's just like it's contagious.
Yeah. Do y'all still have the artist?
Yeah. Ryan J.E. Belt.
So the last one. So that's
there you are.
$88. The night I was on last time, it was the greatest. They dressed up like police officers. And that was something else. I don't know. That was a coincidence.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that was too funny. I was laughing, but nobody knew what I was laughing at. And, geez,
oh, wow, that's you. That's
I've
cool.
seen better days, huh? I look like some middle-aged kind of old guy. You know?
I've seen better days.
With a dyed mustache. Trying to lose weight.
Joel, were you in a band before this?
Yeah, for like my whole life, yeah. I grew up playing music, and then when I started doing stand-up, I met...
Just a minute, Joel.
Go ahead.
You know, don't step on my interview, okay? That's
sorry.
part of the interview that I'm going to have later.
Oh,
No.
Sorry.
You know, I don't want to say anything derogatory to you.
Yes, I'll be like Ed McMahon. Yes, I'll just be quiet.
No. No, we're going to get to it, Darren. But I want you to finish. Go ahead. Finish what you're going to say.
I mean...
But don't take too long. Just go ahead.
This must be amazing because I don't know if the band was touring, but I know you guys are touring now, and just the whole fans and who never know where your comedy or your career is going to go, right? You started in a band and now you're doing at the Comedy Store, and you guys are taking it everywhere. It's amazing.
I had quit playing music when I started doing stand up, and then it all like came back around. They said, Steve, oh fuck you, Brian. So Steve, I did theater back in the day, but Steve Martin
won awards for theater.
Actors and actresses and musicians.
It got 42 likes.
Yeah, and you were on Glee. You were on Glee. We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Oh my God, what a great.
Fucking hate you, dude.
Wow. That's cool.
Oh my God, I'm leaving.
No. Ryan, take it off the fucking TV.
See, you always get a guest to leave, right?
No. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, you fuck.
Don't run him off, Redban.
I hate you, dude.
Netflix total energy consumption rose 84% last year to 451,000 megawatt hours. That's enough to power 40,000 American homes for a full year. Why are they using so much juice? Does anybody know? Redban?
Wait, I'm sorry. I stopped listening. I
I'll
was
read it
seeing
again.
red.
Netflix total energy consumption rose 84% last year to 451,000 megawatt hours. That's enough to power 40,000 American homes for a full year. What are they doing, Redban? Why are they pulling so much juice?
It's because now Netflix is on every phone, tablet, and every TV you buy now has Netflix built into it. So anytime somebody buys a TV, they get Netflix. So it's just everyone's, that's the new thing.
Right, and you have one account with like 4 parasites on it.
Yeah, 4 people using it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Joel got so nervous he has to.
Okay.
Well, now that he's gone, put it back on.
Here's a good article for somebody who's looking for a job. I may be looking for a job soon. The Body Shop will start hiring the first person who applies for any retail job, said so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. The cosmetics retailer is going to skip traditional interview, background checks, and drug screenings so that nearly anyone who applies and meets the most basic requirements will be able to get a job on a first-come, first-served basis. The concept, called open hiring, was pioneered by so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so in New York after trying to practice in its North Carolina disposition. Help me out there, will you? Disposition,
I don't even distribution.
Distribution.
Dude, I can't say it.
Distribution?
Yes.
Distribution.
Wow.
Late last up, so 60%, and they got more productivity increased as a result. The company says of eliminating biases in our recruiting system that are preventing good people from getting into the workforce. That's a great policy. To get a job today, they got to jump through 150 hoops.
Man,
takes years. They want to. It's like you're running for Congress or something. If you have a loan and somehow you missed a payment, that'll disqualify you from getting a job because they don't want anybody around who has a blemish on their financial. That's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
To get a job.
I dropped out of high school, so I don't even have like fucking
what
a
grade?
GED. 10th.
Wow. But you were a musician. You knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
There was nothing in that classroom for you.
Yeah.
They don't teach you anything. They don't teach you about who the people you're going to run into later in life. There's no class on saying, hey, you're going to go out into the world and you're going to meet. Look around this classroom. See all these people? A lot of them are going to be out there and they're going to be out of their minds.
Yeah.
And they're going to be crazy. And they're right here in this classroom right now. Nobody tells you. Nobody tells you, prepares you for anything. What you're going to. Do you agree with that, Darren?
Yep. And that's why nowadays, I don't even know, do you need it? With YouTube, and if we use our minds to study on our own and watch tutorials, you're learning more than you probably did in 11th grade or 12th grade or whatever.
It's also so easy when you have your phone with you all the time.
Yes.
I remember my mom was always like, you're going to run into trouble when you go to the grocery store because you're not going to be able to add and subtract. You need to learn this, blah, blah, blah. And now you don't even need to know that. Just look on your phone.
Yeah.
Your parents are still up in Sacramento?
Yeah.
Old Sacramento, right?
No, just regular New Sacramento.
I thought you were from Old Sacramento.
No, I'm from Sacramento.
Sacramento's nice.
Old Sacramento's it's like saying Glendale. It's like just a part of Sacramento.
I used to. I worked the
Laughs Unlimited.
Laughs Unlimited once.
Yeah, that's in Old Sacramento.
And I was so stupid. Listen to this,
Joel.
Instead of taking the week off, I drove all the way to Sacramento, did the show, and drove all the way home back to San Francisco to go to work the next day. Then got off at 3 p.m. and drove like an idiot. I never thought to take the time off. Is that the craziest thing you ever heard?
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was back in the days when you used to tell the booker, the club owner, they wanted to see your
tape,
your date book, your calendar.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
because what dates?
Just out to lunch. Just completely out to lunch. They wanted to know so they can book you again. They wanted to know what don't you get that?
What's your calendar look like? What's your calendar?
When do you want to come back here? Well, what are you talking about? Anyway,
let me ask for the time off. I'll get back to you.
So you're a native Californian, and of course you're from native LA?
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah. Where are you from, Nick?
California, Fresno, originally.
Fresno.
Fresno.
Ooh.
It's like Sacramento, but
Gross.
How about you, Brian? Where are you from?
Long Island originally. Here's a little automobile news. This will be quick. We're almost done with the items of interest. Then I want to get into musicians talk, and then you on Glee and your career.
Okay.
And this is. I think everybody's having a good time so far, aren't you?
Yeah.
How's your bladder?
Good, man. Thanks for asking.
How's that prostate?
Oh, it's so good.
Is it rubbing up against your balls?
I don't know.
Sorry, that's kind of nutty. I should have said that.
There she is.
A new edition of America's favorite 3-row SUV has arrived. It's everything you loved and more. The 4th generation of Toyota's family hauler rides on a new platform that adds 3 inches of second-row legroom. The new Highlander also has more standard features, conveys a more premium feel in the higher trims, and rates one of the best-looking utilities to roll out of Toyota Design Studio. $34,600.
Damn.
This is a good one. This is good for you, Darren. You're a farmer from Fresno.
That's right.
That pricey new apple in your supermarket is more than a product of marketing. With the Cosmic Crisp, for once, the hype is real. Horticulturists truly have developed a virtually perfect apple. These Washington-grown wonders are almost impossibly crispy, with a sweet, strong, fruity flavor. The only one who's going to afford this is Redban. Wait till you see the price on this. A sweet, strong, fruity flavor that's tempered by lots of acidity. And they combine great taste with glorious good looks, a long shelf life, and a stubborn resistance to browning. Credit a 40-year project launched by a Washington State University professor who achieved with a breakthrough by crossing a Honeycrisp.
They're so good. Honeycrisp are the best.
Everybody knows what a Honeycrisp apple is.
They're $1 extra than the other ones.
Honeycrisp apple with Enterprise. I don't know what an Enterprise is.
That's the apples at the rental cars.
Did you hear that, Redban?
Because your horse might be hungry.
Yeah, how did I not hear it? You see the headphones on my head? Of course I heard it. You stupid ass, Brian. You are such an idiot, Holtzman. All right, so...
you know what I like? Apple pears. Have you ever had an apple pear?
Yeah,
or
I've
also
had
called
it.
an Asian pear. I just had my first one the other day. It's one of the most delicious.
Yeah.
It's like apple mixed with pear.
They come with like a
It's
little
like candy.
brown-
It's candy and it's good for you.
Have you guys ever had cotton candy grapes?
Yeah.
No, I read about those.
Those are fucking good. They're grapes. They bred them to taste like cotton candy. They're
Wow.
fucking-
Where'd you find those?
They
Just
have them at
regular?
like Whole Foods every now and then.
I have to try that. Cotton candy grapes.
The problem with grapes, though, is you never think about this. They are filled with sugar. Like each grape is just like so many
But
sugar
it's still better
grams.
than like drinking grape juice, right?
And
'Cause you have
it's
the fiber.
natural. It's
Yeah.
natural sugar.
Yeah. Orange juice is the
And
worst.
my brother-in-law,
But it'll put weight on you too, huh? Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
he grew up on a...
Sugar.
Not me, dude.
My wife's brother
Not
grew up
me.
on a farm. That was one of his after-school jobs, is testing the sugar in different grape vineyards.
Wow.
Who did that?
My wife's brother, my brother-in-law,
What's his name?
Zimmer.
First name.
That's his first name.
Zim- what kind of name is that?
Z-M-E-R. He's Armenian, bro.
Wow.
Armenian.
Get him on the phone.
Zimmer.
I want to have a baby girl and name her Beatrice.
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 You better get on it.
He could adopt.
Do it at 90.
When he starts the gym.
A long shelf life and a stubborn resistance to browning. Credit a 40-year-old
That's racist.
project launched by a Washington State University professor who achieved the breakthrough by crossing a Honeycrisp with Enterprise. Prices will remain high until a larger crop arrives next fall. $42 for 4.
Jeez.
Wow, $10 an apple.
Ooh. $42 for 4 apples.
Thefruitcompany.com. You only live once. You can't take it with you.
I had a pear mixed with a lemon once,
What?
and that was really good. Yeah, lemon pear.
You won a beauty contest and tell us about that.
I was Miss Universal City, so I went to Miss
Wow.
California, yeah, and represented Universal City, which at the time we didn't know was owned by our president. So it's Miss USA is owned by Donald Trump. I don't know if it still is, but that was.
And this
That
is
was
here at
it.
Universal Studios, like that area?
So were all the girls nice, or there were some bad girls there?
Actually, everyone was really nice. I mean, they're not the smartest women.
We have a few of them here right now.
Yeah.
We're going to bring them out to you.
They actually have some stuff to say about you.
Really? Okay, great.
And how many women did you have to beat out to win that contest? Quite a few.
There was like 200 girls in Miss California.
And you won it.
No, I didn't win Miss California.
Well, how many did you win in Universal?
I'm not sure.
I mean, that's a very competitive area. So I'm saying it's like here in LA. I mean, it's not like you went down to like Lodi or Stockton or Manteca.
Thank you. I think pretty much they just, it's not like a huge competition. But going to Miss California is.
I'm going to buy some apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an award. I didn't win, but I got most individual personality award.
No, you have a great
at Miss
personality.
California.
You're taking this whole thing in stride, and you're making us laugh, and you don't have any chips on your shoulders or racist tendencies.
Racist tendencies.
Your hair is nice. It flows off the top of your forehead really nicely.
Thank you.
You have 2 eyes and a nose.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan.
Look at these photos when she was in Miss.
Yeah, that dress they made me wear was
No,
way too
is that
big.
you?
See the thing hanging down?
You look Asian there,
I'm Filipino.
but you don't. I never thought of you as looking
Yeah,
Asian.
she's
like in that
she's
photo.
Look, she got sideways photos.
Yeah.
You can almost see right up that dress.
Yeah, almost. They did. They had to blur it out.
That's cool.
Yeah, very
But
extended.
yeah, that and then it was fun. I mean, it's a really expensive. You got to have people who like sponsor you and stuff. This was also like 10 years ago.
And
so.
did you start as a child
I did pageants when I was like in high school. I applied for one, but I didn't actually follow through with it.
And what was did you get any?
That's me. Yeah, that's
You don't
me.
look Asian there.
Did you get
I actually got kicked off of Twitter. I'm banned
Really?
from Twitter. Yeah,
Why?
because I said
Oh, that was you. That was you. No.
I said if this gets 100 retweets, I'll kill my brother on
Oh
Christmas.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
as
so
a
you said it
joke.
by mistake.
As
Yeah,
a,
you were
no, I
joking.
said it as a joke, and then they were like, "Oh, this is a terrorist
yeah.
act."
Are you
So
back on?
I'm not allowed to have one.
Ever?
No Twitter.
Can
for
you
me.
That's
believe that,
weird,
Redban?
man.
Yeah,
know.
I mean, that's
Well, it
kind
did-
of fucking crazy.
It did get over 100 reposts, so
So he better be dead.
so people
Wow,
were
he's scared for
wondering
this Christmas, right?
what's gonna
I
happen.
won't be coming home this year.
Well, I have 3 brothers, so
You could get rid of one.
yeah,
And everybody's close in the family.
yeah. Everybody's
Isn't that
really-
great? How about you? You get along great with your brother?
Yeah, we're pretty good now.
now.
You know, you go.
It's gotta be weird when you only have one sibling because you have to get along. When you have so many like us, you don't have to even talk to most of them.
I think it's better to get along as adults.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I'd rather get along, not get along as adolescents.
Yeah.
and then get along as adults as opposed to
For sure.
opposite or not at all.
Yeah. So you had a fight. What was that about?
No. We're good.
What's his name? What's his first name?
His name's Marquise.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Different dads. He's half black.
Is he?
Yeah, half black, half Mexican. His son like lives with us, so he's sort of like a little brother to me.
So what's the menu like at home? That's
just
very
fucking
eclectic.
Yeah, just Mexican shit.
Everybody fighting over what food they want.
Nah. No, you fucking eat whatever mom made, you know?
Right.
That was it. You didn't get to
That's
go, I don't
awesome.
want this.
You guys grew up together?
Ari's
Yeah.
not coming.
He's older. He's a lot older. He's like, I'm 33. He's like in his 50s. And he was born in Sarpy County, Omaha, Nebraska on an Air Force base.
I have another brother that I've never met.
Really?
I get.
Yeah, I have another brother from my dad. His name is Raymond. I found out about him because my dad got a tattoo with all his kids' names and birthdays, and I was like,
Wow.
and he sent me the picture, and I was like, "Who's Raymond?" And he was like, "Oh, that's your brother."
Whoa.
Yeah, I have another brother.
Fucked up.
You haven't
Yeah.
met him to this day?
No, I don't think I've ever met him.
Raymond, if you're out there listening,
You can
Edie.
find Edie on Twitter.
And on my dad's back, look me up.
Yeah.
just look up Edie. She wants to see if you can
Yeah, so I have
pay
another
her
brother.
rent.
Oh, there's your brother.
There's
Shut
Raymond.
Hi, Ray.
I thought you were saying my brother because I was like, oh, it could be mine too.
That's Raymond over there. No, his last name is Angelo.
Of course.
That's because my biological father's last name is Angelo.
But
That's a Filipino name.
the bumblebees are in trouble again.
Is your dad the one that's Filipino?
Yeah.
I knew. I went to school with a girl named Renali Angelo.
Yeah.
All the bumblebees are dying,
Oh, wow.
and
That's
they're
sad.
the biggest. They make things. They pollinate everything, and
Yeah. Yeah. Someone said if they all die, we have like 8 years left.
they say it's
As
too
a
hot for them.
species.
It's too hot for them, and that's why they're dying. Plus,
Really?
so that's going to be something, I guess, down the road.
For a while, they thought it might have been cell phone signals.
Also, B12. Watch out for you people who are taking B12. Too much
Wait, what?
B12 is not too good.
Really?
Oh, I take B12.
It says people who absorb too much vitamin B12 may have a higher risk of dying early, reports so-and-so and so-and-so. Crucial for nerve and blood cell health, the nutrient is found in meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. Many vegans and others who don't get enough of the vitamin through their diet top up their B12 levels with supplements. To explore whether this nutrient may have harmful effects, researchers in the Netherlands examined B12 levels in some 5. They really don't know, but
I used to go get a shot of B12 at like
Really?
Whole Foods.
A
I
shot?
heard that was
in
good.
your
Yeah.
in your butt. You go to Whole Foods.
Are you kidding me? You go to Whole Foods and get some. You're very trusting.
They don't do that near the produce, do they?
I only did it once, but
Right near the Depends aisle.
no, there's like just the curtain, and they take you behind the curtain, and you pull down your pants.
Near the
Come
rump
here, beauty
roast.
queen.
Pull down your pants, and they give you a shot in your butt.
Wow.
Why did you want B12?
Someone else was doing it, and they were like, "Oh, I do this, and it's really good."
And how often do you do that? Like,
I only did it once.
You have any tattoos?
No.
See, because you're a beauty queen, you can't have tattoos.
I just don't want. I mean,
I want
maybe
some.
one a day
have
I'll
any?
get all my
No,
kids.
I want some.
I don't have any
haven't
either.
gone, Yeah.
How about you, Darren Carter?
No way, I'm not
How about
doing
you,
that.
Red Band?
Brian does.
Brian says I shouldn't get them. Other
No.
people say I absolutely
don't
should.
have-
Don't do it. You'll be original because you know what I mean. Everyone's doing it now, so it's
Yeah.
you stand out more. I think.
And I think once you get one, you just want to add to it because
And I got mine. I hate it.
Because you're
And
already
it's-
dirty.
Oh, yeah.
What
Hey.
is yours? I have no idea.
I got one on my arm. I've said this story a million times. I've got one on my arm. I got it when it was a long time ago. It's a horrible tattoo. The woman didn't know what she was doing. It's her first tattoo she ever did. I got it for free.
Why?
And I just picked out a book. I want a Chinese letter for my last name, R. And I want this Egyptian turtle. It looks like a Spider-Man logo now. And some Chinese girl came up to me and goes, "Why do you have that on your arm?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is R in Chinese." And she goes, "No, there is no R in Chinese. That means waterfalls." So now I have this horrible tattoo. It looks
TLC.
stupid, and it means the gayest thing in the world. It means waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, because they don't have an alphabet like we
Right,
do.
right.
They have like you didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that. And of course, they
You
have them
thought
in
it's-
tattoo books as if like it even said like this is an R.
Yeah, but
Do Asians sometimes have a hard time pronouncing R's?
Yeah.
R's and
that's why there's
L's
no
are
R.
the same.
Yes, that's really
That's
weird.
why.
Nobody wants these hamburgers. You don't want.
I already ate mine.
I'm
I'm
trying
the
to-
only one who ate.
I'm trying to keep it tight right now.
All right. What else we
All
got
right.
here?
It's so easy to let it go, man.
You're just
No.
like,
Every
yeah,
day
sure.
there's somebody throwing burgers at you. you know?
Uh-oh, here's one for you again, Red Band. I'm sorry to bring it up. It's another Tesla story.
Okay.
Ooh.
Every week it seems that Tesla's in the news. There's an item of interest. And
Do you hate Tesla or something?
no,
Do you have one or something? Why does that interest you? Oh.
a driver who died when his Tesla smashed into a highway barrier while on autopilot had previously complained about the system aiming him towards the same barrier, said so-and-so and so-and-so. Apple engineer Walter Hague had told his family that when he drove past the future crash site in the left lane on his way to work in Mountain View, California, his Tesla Model X would steer left towards the concrete barrier. He also told them he had to manually take control to stay within the left lane.
Here's my problem with this. If you have your car driving for you, you should always be paying attention. One, like that's like, it's not like fall asleep while it's driving for you, right? But if you have already complained about there's a certain part of the highway that the car's going towards, if you had autopilot, don't you think when that part of the highway would come up, you'd be like, well, here comes that part. I better hold on to it. Because like my car, when I'm doing
Or change lanes.
Yeah, or change lanes. Because there is a part when I'm driving home from the Comedy Store, there's one part where it just does this little like weird, like why is it doing this like little bloop? It's not towards a wall or anything, but I've noticed it every single time. And every time I'm coming up to that part, I'm like, oh, here comes that part. I'm just going to hold on to the wheel extra tight at this part just in case if it goes crazy.
Just like a pothole in the road that
pothole
you
in the
take
road.
every day. You hit that once, you hit it twice.
Yeah.
Third time, you realize that's going to take your tire out.
Do you keep your hand on the steering wheel?
Yeah, I
you-
just keep it like
Kinda just-
limp on it, like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
When he first got it, he didn't even do the auto drive. He was like nervous for a little while.
Yeah.
Now we do it all the time.
It's also like new
Does it go-
technology.
His car can pick him up at the store.
I got a question. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's-
Can you go over like Laurel Canyon, like a windy road on
You
autopilot?
can, but I would never do it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's one of
That's
those.
pushing
like,
it. That's pushing it.
yeah, yeah.
So this poor fella, after reporting the problem, he would steer left towards the. He told them the controls within the left lane. According to the report from federal regulators released last week, he even warned a Tesla technician about the danger. Despite all this, his car crashed into the same barrier in March 2018.
See, that to me is irresponsible driving.
His phone data showed the game 3 Kingdoms was active at the time. The car hit the barrier at 68 miles an hour.
See, he wasn't even paying attention. He was playing a fucking video game. So that's his fault. Because it is autopilot, but it's also autopilot. You have to pay attention. It's stupid.
I'm gonna download that game now, though.
And this is something that should interest anybody with a cell phone. This is about the new flip phone from Motorola's Flip. It says is a total flop. Yep. I wish I
More
could,
like the flop phone.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I don't want to block. I wish I could tell you where I think the new Motorola Razr went wrong. Said so and so and so and so. But there are too many questions, too many options to choose from. The Verizon-only Razr is supposed to recall the popular Razr clamshells in the mid-2000s, which would flip open and close with a satisfying click. But as $1,499 phone, it delivers so few of the things you'd expect. When it's open, you can feel weird dips and bumps underneath the screen. It's loaded with annoying Verizon junkware and has a camera that would be subpar at 1/3 the price. Worst of all, there's a grating and awful creaky noise when you open and close it. So it fails at the one job of a flip phone. So that I guess we can all agree. Don't buy this phone
Because that satisfying noise is what people missed. Because you couldn't really remember. Well, Brian and I probably remember when back then you'd hang up and it'd be like "F you," bam, and you'd slam the phone down. So people like that flip phone because they go clunk. You know, it'd be like if you had a shotgun, but you didn't get that satisfying that instead of it. You know,
the biggest problem with it is that, well, one, it's the first generation. I love the idea of flip phones because I think a lot of us are getting a little tired of having such a big phone in our pocket. If we could just flip it down and make it like a small little phone, that'd be great. Yep. The problem is like all these new phones, it's not glass. So that thing, how it flips over, it's like very soft. So you could actually take your fingernail to it. And if you just go like that, you scratch the screen. And you can't put a screen protector on it. It'll break it. So it's like so fragile. So it's a good idea, but maybe 2 or 3 years till they make.
They haven't worked the bugs out yet. And did you know in Europe the whole phone system is different than in America? Here you have to pick and choose between carriers, and it's just like the chip. You know, the little chip on your credit card. They had that in Europe many many moons before it came here. This country's always the last to get anything new that benefits the consumer for some reason. In Europe, you can pick any phone company, you can pick any phone, there's just freedom of choice.
Right.
Here, everything is monopolized by this 6 companies, these 3 companies, these 4 airlines, everything is, and it's only because that's the way they want it.
That's
the way they want it. They know it's wrong. Everybody knows it's wrong, but we don't make the rules. And the people who do, that's the way they want it. Would you agree with me?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Darren?
Sounds a lot like the healthcare stuff too.
Oh my God!
That's
don't get
so
started.
Crazy. Yeah. Ugh.
All right, here we go. With wisdom and wit. This is the last item of interest, and then I'm going to talk to you two extensively, and you too, Darren. I want to hear all about your life.
Wisdom Wits quotes by famous people that are funny.
Some drunk and some not. Some in coach and some in first class. I'm not the kind of person women fall in love with. I sort of grow on them like a fungus. Can you guess who said that?
Well, I have the answers right here. I'm not going to say anything.
The guy who was paying women to be with him?
No, it was Jeff Bezos.
How does his name keep getting worse?
Yeah. It's like Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese. Can you say that?
He said he doesn't grow women like if they know who he is, come on, they love him. Kidding me? Jeff Bezos, the richest guy.
He's in love with that new girlfriend of his.
Yeah, what if he's a fucking idiot though, right? What if
God, he's running the whole show. He's running the game. He's changing so many industries and so many what do they call it? Business models. It's unbelievable. Just slaughtering business models. It's the worst that can happen to a businessman is have your business model completely degenerated.
You got to figure out a new way to do everything.
Oh, it's just you go out of business.
Yeah.
Once your business model is done, you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
Edie?
Yeah.
You're done.
Unless you're Jeff.
Yeah. God. If you make up your mind not to be happy, there's no reason why you shouldn't have a fairly good time. I like this. This is some writer named Edith Wortman. Yeah, you decide how happy or sad you want to be or angry you want to be. People get upset when you're too happy. People don't like people that are actually having fun and enjoying life.
Yeah.
That's true.
You got to take the high ground.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, they're so annoying.
And they get even angrier at you when you don't get affected by toxic things and accusations and just bad behavior.
It takes so much more energy to be
They
that
hate you
angry
more. Oh, yeah. And it's just toxic. It's just not good for your health.
Yeah.
So people get upset with people that seem to be able to use both paddles as opposed to one paddle in the wrong direction.
Right. You see a lot of it online, too. Like, if you
my
post
God.
something, you get all the rudest people from the woodwork.
And like if you try to make you try to you say the wrong thing and forget it.
They're waiting.
They're just they are. They're waiting on this. What do they call it? The edge of their seats.
Yeah, they're sitting there.
They just can't wait.
Drooling. Please say something. I can.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Since you're not on Twitter, do you find yourself being a little bit happier?
I was never really that good at Twitter to begin with, so I was.
Because they
really
say that
care.
that's one of the most negative, toxic
really?
platforms. Is because you could be like,
it's
"Good
the one
morning."
where
we're
everyone's
talking about-
writing. Like Instagram is just pictures, and you're like, okay.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what kind of day to have. Don't you tell me what kind of
Actually,
day to
it's
have.
night here.
Yeah, he's not here.
Stupid. Get an education.
Yeah,
On your
you
time
misspelled a word.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
It's there.
I know.
Not there.
In Twitter, you can't edit it, so you're.
I didn't go to preschool. That was my problem. I think if I had gone to preschool, I would have been a better student. There's no doubt
That's
about
what
it.
you got to tell them.
Going from my mother and 9 o'clock mass into parochial school in the first grade was like going to Yale. It was like going to Harvard. It really was.
Yeah.
It was just, I was out of my element completely.
They're trying to make pre-K mandatory.
And then you can't raise your hand because everybody's going to think you're real bad if you just if you just don't know, you just keep quiet. You just keep quiet.
Yeah.
I can't picture you keeping quiet.
Beware of all enterprises that require new clothes. Whenever I read this, I think about that job you have to buy. I worked at Merrill Lynch for one day, and I had to buy the shoes and the jacket. My father and everybody was happy. A guy worked there who got me the job, and I didn't even last till lunch.
Wow.
What'd you do with the
It
clothes?
sounds boring. I mean,
Oh, the clothes, they just sat there. And as I tried to go away in lunch, I met the person in the elevator who hired me, and he told the guy who hired me.
No.
And I came home, and my father saw me. It was early, and the shift wasn't, and they knew that it just
did
didn't
you get
work.
fired or did you quit?
No, I just left. I got out of the Air Force after 4.5 years. I was pretty excited about life. And I get this job up in Merrill Lynch in New York City. And they got 3 desks in the front and then 3 rows of desks side by side. It was like going back to school. It was like, and the people were cursing, and then I talked to a woman there, and she says, "Oh, how much are you going to make?" And she says, "Oh, you got to be here 20 years to make that then." And she said, "You should have stayed in the Air Force." This is what you want to hear when you just get out of the Air Force. So I didn't last the whole, I just bolted out of there.
Yeah. Well, it's probably best that
It
you
wasn't
did.
for me. I didn't like the idea of getting on an elevator with billionaires.
Yeah.
At Merrill Lynch, this is a big money make. Now it's owned by Bank of America.
Yeah, it is.
And but getting on an elevator with a guy that makes $700,000 a month.
You know what's
And
good
you'll
about
make
that?
it-
You can fart in the elevator and they gotta smell it. Doesn't matter how much they make.
But that was a bad experience. That was
Well, luckily
I
you're
got
short-lived.
caught. I got caught leaving. God, so that's what comes to my mind when I read that one. The only thing new in this world is the history you haven't read yet. President Harry Truman. So what is that saying? That history's just it's just
Read it again.
okay.
History repeats itself. Read it again, please.
The only thing new in this world is the history you haven't read yet. What do you think about
I
that?
got it.
Red
I
Van?
got
Like
it.
other
I
people
understand
already
it.
knew it.
I understand
Right?
it. Yeah. So I knew this guy that was a history teacher, right?
Okay.
What was his name?
I don't Neiman something.
Marcus.
Neiman Marcus. Yeah. His dad got him a job at the makeup counter. He quit by noon. But anyways, he said that he gets parents all the time that are in his class that he taught them when they were kids, and now the children are there, and he goes, they come to him with, now they're in their 40s, and they're like, history is so interesting. It was boring when I was like 12, and he goes, and he's kind of a snob. He goes, what's changed, you or history?
Oh my god!
And they'd be like, oh,
What did he mean by that?
So history has always been the same, whatever that event happened. But when you're 10 or 12, you're like, boring. It happened a long time ago. But as you get older, you're like, oh, that's why.
A lot of it's frightening, too.
It's more interesting, I guess, as you get older.
The terrible things that happen to poor people that are happening right now on the border in Tijuana.
Yeah, that's right.
Horrible people, things that are horrible things. People just running for their lives, trying to get some freedom. And they won't let them in. And, it's a touchy subject. People just... They're not as welcoming as they used to be, and it's just I don't want to get into it because.
But that's why it's interesting. History it's new because you can go back and it's new to you.
Wow!
Thank you for that, Darren. Do you want to add anything else, Darren? You want to eat up a little more of this podcast
No,
time?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, thank you. Okay. The only thing new I get that. I didn't go to preschool. You may glory in a team triumphant, but you fall in love with a team in defeat. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a bragger.
Yeah.
We got 2 more items, and then we're going to talk about musicians and music. And your acting and comedy career.
Okay.
I
Darren.
can't tell if this is a prank where you just do this the whole time and then he goes, sorry, we're out of time.
Sometimes we do run out of time. But
we never get to the... Okay.
No. We run about 2 hours, I
Okay.
think. Redban lets me know when it's time for it to stop. But I'll try to get as much information out of you as I can.
Read the history one again.
In a world as wrong as this one, all we can do is make things as right as we can. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that was pretty easy to understand.
And I think it's called Be the Solution, Not the Problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't get cut off in your car if you let them in. If I was in a car with another guy the other day, and some guy had their blinker on. The blinker means that the person wants to get over. That means you yield and let them get over.
Yeah.
And I told him this while I was driving with him. And you know what he said, Redban? I don't care about anybody else.
Wow, that's
And
a
he's
big
just,
statement.
and he's off. And after he's telling me how he thinks people are more mean today than they used to be. It's just, people are just nuts.
Yeah.
If you see somebody with a directional, you slow your vehicle and you let them in.
I always do because I'm scared that they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like even if you're not trying not to be nice, they're going to do it anyway. So you might as well.
It's kind of
just
fun
let
though.
them
Isn't it?
in.
I think it's fun to let them in because you go ahead.
And then they're like, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, thank you. And it's like this wave. I like it. And even if they don't wave, who cares?
If they don't wave, I get sad.
And then if somebody cuts you off, that just means that they're in a bigger rush to maybe
Right.
catch a flight, late for an
Maybe
appointment.
there's an emergency. I mean, I really try to look at it like that because sometimes there's that instinct of like, what an ass.
Nobody knows what's going through the mind
I
of
don't
a
know.
person.
Yeah, if it's like one of those cars, it's like,
Oh, yeah. Like this.
Is it Deliverance again?
Oh, this is,
yeah.
No. Deliverance. We're not going to see any more of that. That was a frightening film.
Psycho
God.
Park Lake, huh?
All right. And the last one, and the last item of interest for February 25th, 2020, episode 15, I'm told. Anything invented after you're 35 is against the natural order of things.
I don't like that one.
What?
I don't get it.
Uh,
What's that mean?
Anything invented?
Anything
It means-
invented. Go ahead.
It
Edie.
sounds very negative. It sounds like you're not supposed to do anything after 35. I guess you're
Anything
supposed to die.
invented after you're 35 is against the natural order of things. Arthur Douglas Adams. That's it.
Oh, it's a joke. He's trying to say it like it's a joke.
It's hilarious.
I hope everybody enjoyed the items of interest this week, and we shed some light on some things that perhaps you weren't aware of. And I hope we satisfied this gentleman, Joseph
Anguello.
Joseph Nguello. Thanks for putting in your 2 cents, and hopefully this items of interest segment was to your liking. So that's a shout out to Joseph.
Anguello.
But you did more than 10, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
Bonuses.
I only pick out the interesting ones. So I want to start with Joel.
Sure.
You know when you go to the club and you hear the band and you see this guy with the guitar,
Yeah.
lead guitar,
Yeah.
and he's hitting the pedals.
Yeah.
It's loud as hell in the club. Why is he hitting those pedals? You can't hear the difference. What is he doing? It makes me sick that
You
they
can
have
sometimes.
But what is it doing for who's it? We can't hear the difference
Yeah.
on those pedals, can we?
Yeah, I think so. It depends what
On a loud club?
So you can go from a clean sounding guitar to like a distorted rock and roll sound. So if you want to play a real, more fuzzy, or you can throw an echo on, or the wah wah.
So the trained ear can notice the difference, because when you're in a club listening to the band live,
Yeah.
it's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you really pick up the difference?
It's more of like I think so.
All right.
Because there's a soft sound, and then you hit the pedal, and you can play more heavy.
But they don't hit it hard. They're kind of like just tapping it.
Well,
They're
it's just a
tap-
button. It's a button. You're changing a connection and an electric connection. It's not really the pedal's not making noise. You're hitting it so that it changes the sound of the guitar.
In the electronics.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
electricity.
Yeah.
There's a pedal they have that can like record when they're playing, and then they can hit it, and then that recording
Yeah,
will
loop
play,
it.
so they can play with themselves.
Hey, I've done that.
Say that again?
So they're
Go play with
playing,
yourself.
and they hit the pedal, and it starts
It's
recording.
like a looping machine.
Recording what?
Their guitar.
With their, so they can go like, and it'll record that and just start
Dun, dun,
looping
dun,
that.
dun,
And then they know when to they
And
know
then
when to
they-
disengage it?
Yeah, and
Is
then
that
they
what you're
can
saying?
come in, and play more on top of that.
So this gets really
You can
technical.
build a whole.
So that's
song,
a pedal I think that's pretty cool, because that one you can really make your own band with just you. And they have pedals where you can talk into it, and it transfers it into like a guitar sound.
How are you going to fire yourself if you're the only one in the band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have that one? The one
No.
where you can talk and it makes it
No.
into.
I don't play with pedals. I'm not good at all that stuff.
You don't use pedals on your drum?
Yeah, that, but no like electronic
Oh,
stuff.
you mean are you a guitarist as well?
No, I can play like a little bit, but no.
And the next question is for you, Edie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to do any enhancements
For like
for the beauty?
like sexual favors or like
No. Just
No, I
they
didn't.
hear of things that they do to the.
No, I never. Well, that may have been why I didn't win. But I haven't. I haven't gotten any plastic surgery ever.
Tell us about your experience on the television show that was very successful, Glee.
It was really fun. I actually was on the show just as a extra, and then I had been on it so many times they asked me if I wanted to be one of the cheerleaders on the show. So I did that for 3 years.
Wow, that's
and it
cool.
was really, really fun.
How many episodes did you appear in? Quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, many. I mean,
Wow.
I would never get like huge storylines. I would just be like, yeah, let's sing about it. Like I'd have like a little.
Now, did
I'd
you
be
have
like,
a
"Yay."
did you have an agent? Did you have to pay somebody a portion of your income for that role? All those 3 years?
If there was something big, I did, because I would get paid more some days than other days. Like if I was, I also did body doubling for one of the girls who was like one of the main characters. So when I would do that, I would make actually a lot more money.
And
doing
body
that.
doubling is when they want to set up the scene.
Yeah.
You would stand in for the actress.
Yeah, like if she didn't want to ride
because you're about the same height
Yeah.
and the same weight.
There
and
was like a
everything.
lot of times she didn't want to ride a roller coaster, so I had to ride the roller coaster for her, stuff like that. Yeah, not like nudity or anything. It's a high school show, but she was not a very adventurous. She didn't like to do.
She
that
was
kind of
very
stuff.
fragile.
Yeah, and I would just
You said ride a boat? Was that
roller
the-
coaster.
Oh, roller coaster.
I think there was one episode we rented out all of Magic Mountain.
So that
Six
was
Flags.
that
I
was
wouldn't do that
great.
either.
3 years, huh?
Yeah, it was a really good run, and it was honestly like the most fun I've ever had.
And
then everyone on the show started dying. This guy,
Well, like in real life or on the show?
in real life, the main guy, Corey Monteith, he died of a drug overdose.
Oof.
And then here's the roller coaster. And then we had a PA also passed away from a alcohol overdose.
That's a production assistant.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he was in charge of the cheerleaders, so we knew him really well.
Yeah,
and then the other main guy, he committed suicide.
Jeez.
Yeah, so just recently.
That was a very successful show. So how many years did it run in total?
So I think it's her right there, and then when it goes down and everything like that, it's not anymore.
It's you.
Yeah.
So is she really up there on the roller coaster or no? That's just.
I think they're in there and when they do the front cam, but they have to run it like 50 times.
Wow. I wouldn't.
So you want to run a roller coaster
shit,
50
dude.
times.
Oh, screw that. And did you ride the roller coaster 50
how
times?
funny is that? They had the people had to, until they got it right, they had to keep doing the roller coaster.
Yeah. They have like a camera on the front.
Did the real girl that didn't want to be in a roller coaster
See,
have
that's great if you love roller coasters,
Yeah.
but if you don't like
there
roller
was
coasters,
But even if you
couple
love them
things.
50 fucking times.
Yeah, there was a couple things like that. I think one time when she was like at somewhere else and for something else, they had me play her, and it was very obvious that it was me.
and how many years did that show run?
I think it was 4 or 5 years.
And
I
you
think
were
there's
on
5
3 years.
seasons.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That is you sleep in your own bed. You're on television.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing in the world.
My parents were really happy. They were very, very happy about it.
I
because-
got 4 episodes on my wife and kids once.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Just 4, but 4's
I really
better than
like that
3,
show.
and 3's better than 2,
It's enough
and
for
2
a
is better than
mobile
1,
home.
and 1 is being better than none.
That's right.
So I
Yeah.
look at it. I hate it when they say, "Oh, he's a one-hit wonder." These
Yeah.
musicians, a one-hit wonder, that could be $1 million song. You know,
was
what's
just
what's
talking about
what's
that.
the opposite of a one-hit wonder? A nobody that's
Yeah.
nobody ever heard of? Oh, he's a one-hit wonder. Yeah, with
I was just talking about
you know,
this yesterday.
it's so derogatory. What
Yeah.
would you rather have? No hits?
That's exactly what I said. My uncle sings the song "Proud to Be an American,"
I love that song.
and somebody was saying that about my uncle. They were like, "Oh, he only has the one song. No one cares about the other songs." Like, he's a billionaire, and he performs He goes on tour still.
Wait, he's the one that's made
You
that
wrote
song?
it?
Yeah, that's my uncle.
Holy
An
shit.
American.
That song's like one of the
At least
biggest
I know
songs ever.
I'm free.
I thought we
What
talked
song is
about
it? What
this.
song is it, Red
Proud to
Band?
be
Proud to be an American.
That's your uncle,
Yeah.
your brother's, your
Humphrey.
father's brother.
My mom's uncle. So my grandma's brother.
I don't know
I
who the
proudly
fuck we're talking about.
stand
Yeah.
up.
Where does he live? Big house.
Tennessee, I think. I think he lives in Tennessee.
What's his nationality?
Lee Greenwood?
Lee
He's,
Greenwood.
I don't know, white.
You're a relative of Lee Greenwood.
I'm his niece.
This is a great
That's
song.
that's a
This is
$1 million
great
song. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking
Every
about.
4th of July, that's what the fireworks go off to.
But I was just talking about how he has the one
Wow,
song.
that is so nice. That is great.
I didn't do anything.
No, just the connection.
yeah, he's a very nice guy. Yeah,
You know, I'm just a humble.
but he has the one song. I couldn't even tell you. I've been to a million of his. I mean, I've heard him a million times, and I couldn't tell you one other song he has.
Do we have?
Oh, you never heard I'm proud to be a Mexican?
Do we have a picture?
There he is singing.
proud to be a Canadian?
Do we have a picture of him?
That's him right there.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
So that's your mother's side of the family. Your mother's
yeah,
who?
My grandmother's brother.
Your mother's.
My grandmother's brother.
Yeah. So your
my-
mother's brother.
Yes. So he's my great uncle.
Imagine how cool that is. You get to play all these cool events.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Does he
about
need
that.
a drummer?
Wow.
I know.
He has the Lee Greenwood experience. That's his.
So if you ask him for some money, he can't say no.
I'm sure he could.
He can't. No, he can't say no. I can't. You know, how much money do you have where you can't? You're a relative. If you
Yeah.
called him up next for $100,000, he'd have to say yes.
He gave me a shout out one time at the state fair.
So what?
Oh, that's cool.
What year did that? So you got a show business family here, Redban. What year did that song come out? When did he?
It was before I was born. I
Who
think.
wrote it?
He did.
Lee Greenwood.
Wrote it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
saw it.
That's even more money.
Wrote it and sang it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's more money. You have to split it with
Yeah.
some a-hole writer.
yeah. I think the story goes he was in Vegas for a long time. He worked at the Tropicana as a blackjack dealer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So whenever I go there and perform at the Laugh Factory, I always feel the essence
Yeah.
of him being there and dealing the cards.
Wow, this is fascinating. See what a
Released 1984.
Yeah, so I wasn't
1984.
born yet.
I was in Okinawa, Japan. I was in trouble at work.
I was almost born. I was born in '89, but he was there for a long time, just trying to be a musician. And then he had this song. I think he was a rock singer originally in Vegas, and then he, I think, made the switch. I might get in trouble for getting this wrong.
Well, as long as you tell them that you might be wrong.
Yeah,
they
I might
can't-
be wrong.
You know, as long as you put that in, right, Redban?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
And
I know he worked at
tour
the
dates all over the place.
this is.
I know he worked at the Tropicana for a very long time as a blackjack dealer.
And this ties into. I want to talk about having a one-hit wonder song like
Yeah.
that. There's a comic named Check It Out.
Wait, go back. Where's he doing July 4th?
That's the big day.
It's not even listed.
Anderson, California, the day before. That's usually
That's
when
his
all the
Sabbath.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so he
that's
goes
his
around
Sabbath.
singing
That's
this
his
song
Sabbath.
and all special events. They hire him to come in and pay him a lot of money to sing this song.
He still performs for like the presidents and stuff like that all the time.
That's amazing.
I think he performed at the last
Olympics and
inauguration.
all kinds
Yeah,
I
if you're rich and you're getting married, you want him to come and sing.
Yeah.
He performed. He performed at the
Better
inauguration.
than love in an elevator, giving up and can't go down. Love in an elevator, stupidest freaking song I ever heard in my life. Love in an elevator, going up and going down. You'd rather have that guy sing that song than that stupid idiot.
So,
Especially nowadays, all the cameras
They have
on
a
the
great
elevator.
band. They have a lot of nice songs, but Love in an Elevator?
What band was that? Who sings that?
Aerosmith.
Oh yeah.
his mother's name is Bliss, and that's my middle name. So I'm named after his mother.
God, we could do a whole segment. You're monopolizing this segment now. I want to ask Joel.
No,
Dude,
it's
You got to
fine.
come up with a song like Love in an Elevator. Like Love on an
Love in a
So
mobile
would that
home.
be like?
Love in an- How about Escalator?
Now, my next question for you, Joel,
Yeah.
is this. I'm always upset when I go to see a band and the clown with the guitar, whether it be acoustic or non-acoustic. Non-acoustic is the one without the electricity.
Yes.
When they come out and this clown, you paid about $20, maybe $30, $40 to get into this club. Maybe it cost you $10, $15 to park the freaking car.
Yeah.
You want to get a couple of beverages. If you bring a dame, that's another $40. Why do they have to tune their guitar? Why can't they tune that guitar before they come out?
They do. It just goes out of tune.
How can it go out of tune? It sounds
strings.
like you're sticking up for them.
No, fuck them. I don't care. I hope they die. But no.
Why can't they tune that guitar at home? Why do they have to bring it to the club and then tune the freaking guitar? What do you think, Darren?
Maybe you're saying that they tune it and then it just sits there for half hour, then maybe slightly.
It can be
Yeah.
The atmosphere, like the room, the temperature of the room will change.
Makes
it.
those screws kind of loosen up, I guess. a little
If you're
Are
playing,
we going to be able to hear the difference?
I think so. We used to like my friend would say we tune because we care. You want to like
No, you want to annoy people. I don't want to pay all that money to see somebody tune their guitar.
Well,
just play it. Don't
yeah.
tune it.
Well, now they
Where
got. Where the fuck are you seeing music at?
At the mobile home park.
Yeah, exactly. How often are these fools? I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be tuning every fucking. That's the thing with the pedals. They got tuners on the pedals, and you don't even have to hear them tune it. They'll just see the light flash, and they can tune
And what's
it.
with the long hair? Why do they have to have long hair to
I don't
play the
know.
guitar or be in a band?
I will say
What
this,
is that?
It
Some
does
kind
look,
of.
it does look good when they're moving their head and the hair's going in a circle and bouncing all around.
So you think it's part of their costume?
Yeah, maybe.
I think so, yeah. It does look good though when they do it, and it looks like tassels going around its hair.
Yeah.
They look like curls up there.
This
I
was
never like guys with long hair. I don't
Do
like
you?
that. No, I don't like that.
No, it's like making love to a woman.
Well, they also don't know how to take care of it.
Yeah, I think it'll
They don't
only
know how to
look,
take
to
care
me,
of it.
it looks only really good on stage.
Smelly.
In real life, it's
They
like
probably urinate on their fingers and don't take showers.
That's right. That's right.
This is my boyfriend Robert. He's in a band and he can slip under the door frame without opening up. He weighs about 2 ounces.
He's so thin.
I
Lanky,
thought you meant he was that greasy.
lanky. you
He's
know.
so greasy.
He's so greasy he can just slip.
He
through
can
the
get
door.
ants out of the cracks of.
What is this
Places
guy
with
doing?
the crack.
That's me. This was in Australia.
That's you?
This was, yeah.
Oh, this is this Australia trip you guys just came back from.
yeah.
Yeah, this is what I want to talk to you
Oh,
about
no.
too. I get so nervous I can't watch.
Yeah, I've seen this go bad many times.
What
You
the
have?
hell?
You have?
His shoelaces even untied.
Man, I want you to stop.
Wow, you got to make sure you don't go the wrong way on landing the stage.
Man, I know you get a lot of applause, Joel.
This with the dildo.
Does it work? I can't watch.
Yeah,
That looks like it's hard on your knees.
it might be. I don't know.
But I'm concerned for you,
Okay,
buddy. I don't,
sure.
you know,
Tell
I don't want you to get hurt. Is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
No, I don't want to get hurt either.
You got to make sure it's stable what you jump off of too, so it doesn't.
so
like,
you're in shape.
I
to do
check
that.
it before, before the show.
Do
I
you
did a
grind
few.
your teeth when you do that?
Um,
Is that why you have that in your mouth?
no, that was
Oh.
just for fucking. whatever showmanship.
So
I guess.
you do that every show?
No.
Good.
The stakes get high
Good,
sometimes.
good.
Like
I wouldn't make it a thing because then you're going to be like goaded into it. One day you're like 20.
Well, the audience goes nuts. They like
Yeah.
it. It's great.
What am I? But I'm a dad,
show-
though. I'm teaching. I'm a dad.
The show I did, you did one.
Yeah.
And I was nervous.
Yeah,
because it's
so
like,
people come challenge me for my job. That day they had like some professional drummer. He won like the Guitar Center drum off in 2010.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta fucking bring.
You gotta
the
bring
big
it.
guns. Yeah.
leave it on the
Wait,
stage.
So
Yeah.
they challenge you
People
for
challenge me for my job. Yeah, on the
it?
show.
And the Kill Tony?
Yeah.
Like you're a king. And
I
it's
guess,
like if
yeah,
they
yeah,
kill
yeah.
you, they
It's
get to be king.
Like
Yeah,
other
yeah.
drummers and stuff.
Yeah, drummers or people will sign up and then they'll say they play drums and then they challenge me and then I gotta fucking figure it out. So that's where the dildo came from. I got this like gold wrestling thing that I wear.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
it.
that's right. But yeah, my
So
foot's
you're in
still
shape,
fucked
and that's
up.
why I called you like an athlete.
I guess so. Yeah, I try to be.
You got to be an athlete to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm trying to be. I hurt my leg the other day. I gotta,
I have trouble.
How'd you learn to do a backflip?
I used to do them as a kid. Like I would do them. I grew up like a block away from a playground, and I would do them in. Oh my god, I would do them into the sand and in bounce houses and stuff like that.
So where does that energy come from when to get the momentum to do the whole thing? Does it come from the calves or the thighs? Where do you get that momentum that propels you with enough force to land back on your feet again?
Yeah.
Does it start in your toes?
I think so. Yeah, you gotta have like I hurt my foot that day because I was barefoot. But yeah, you gotta have a good grip, and then definitely your
And your
knees
abs
and
too,
your
right? You gotta
thighs.
like
Oh yeah, you got to have a core. You got
yeah.
a six pack probably, don't you?
Not at the moment. That's why I'm not eating the burgers.
Is this a challenger?
Yeah, this was in
no.
Milwaukee,
No.
Minnesota. This was the dumbest. I don't even.
Man, what a great show! I tell you.
So dumb.
Wow.
So I'll get shit on for that. People will be like, "You're not even that good. Like you're just," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm a fucking."
Yeah, because they're
I've been drumming.
online.
I've been drumming since I've been 14 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
I'm not you. They just see this.
But everybody can sit back and talk shit.
I mean, it looks easy, but it really once you.
Fuck you, idiot.
I mean, it
I
looks
don't
easy
know
once
what
you put the
portrays
thing.
people to say negative stuff. How good.
They're unhappy with their
There-
lives.
it's gotta
Yeah,
be,
exactly. But how does that make you feel when you're spewing venom?
Yeah.
How could that make you feel
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
It's an absence of love. It's an absence of the
Yeah.
heart and soul. But it's very popular. It's
Yeah.
very popular
Yeah.
to say.
Because there's so many people in the world, and so many of them are not feeling great, and so they see you having something, they think, why don't I have that? And so their only thing is they can bring you down to what they feel like is going to bring you down a level. People don't like to see you doing better than them. They take it personally.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Darren?
I want to thank you for having us on here. I want to thank you.
So Glee was a great
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah,
And
Glee was
how are we
amazing.
on time over here?
We're about ready.
All right. So I want to get as much
This is my
information from you guys
podcast.
before. So where you going to be doing comedy again?
I'm actually.
Do you have
gonna
anything you wanna
be-
report to us?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to be performing at the Comedy Store March.
Does Adam? Do you have been introduced to Adam again?
Yeah, Adam knows me.
Good.
It looks like March 4th.
Now, why don't we go? You take your time if you're
Okay,
not
good.
ready to give the information that we
But
need.
here's
Okay.
her podcast. It's really the people love this podcast. It's called True
Oh
Stories.
yeah. I want to hear about your podcast.
Oh yeah. So this is the podcast. It's a paranormal podcast. I'm somewhat of a paranormal expert. Yeah, I love paranormal stuff. I've always been really into that.
Yesterday was 1942 in Los Angeles was the biggest UFO sighting recorded.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we do aliens and stuff like that all the time. This is my podcast partner, and we people submit us their.
What's his name?
That's Nick Guerra, and
Very funny comedian.
he's really funny. He just got a special with HBO Latino.
Sweet.
All right, sweet,
yeah.
sweet.
So
Sweet.
people send us their scary
Who books
encounters. People send us their scary encounters, things that have happened to them, and we tell them what kind of demon they're dealing with, or our advice on how to get rid of it or what
You
they
know
saw.
all about the Comedy Store and the demons that everybody
Yes.
portrayed it. That
Yeah,
they
there's
feel.
ghosts there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely ghosts there. A lot of sad times there. So
Why do aliens always? What is all this talk about the anal probing? What is that all about? If you want to briefly tell us about that. They always say that the anal was probed.
Yeah, I think that's just the most popular version. There's also lots of different probes. People think that they have like chips in them, and it goes far.
Have you ever
above-
been with
an alien?
Sam Tripoli's into some
Yeah,
of this
he's
type
got the
of things.
conspiracy.
Have you been on that
podcast.
show?
No, I haven't. His is conspiracies, which is aliens and stuff like that
Yeah,
too.
it's still maybe you could touch.
Yeah.
Lend some help.
Yeah,
to that
I've done
production.
Sam's show before at the Comedy Store.
And congratulations, Sam. He's a father of 2 beautiful twin girls, I think. Yes,
Dang.
Shout out to Sam.
Yeah,
Twins.
beautiful. They
but
won't-
yeah, that's it.
and Glee and
And Lee Greenwood.
man, that is what a story that is. That's a great song. Who couldn't love that song?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the song many times.
He's blessed. He's so blessed.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
1984. How old was he when that happened to him?
I think that was the big break. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
in
How old
84.
was he?
I think he was like maybe in his 30s, his late 30s. Because he's quite older. He's like 80 or something
Dang.
right now.
10 more years, he'll be joining a health club.
Yeah.
He'll be
But
singing
he's
"Proud
in
to Be
great-
Alive."
He's in great shape.
Proud to be
And he
alive.
still tours.
Oh, he does. You can see it. He doesn't
That's
eat
awesome.
garbage.
No, he didn't. He still tours all the time.
He's not eating any garbage.
Yeah,
You notice I didn't eat him either.
I did. I was the only one who ate them.
Ryan had one.
Well, you're done with the beauty contest. So
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
eat
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you want. You don't have to eat and then barf.
Yeah.
How many times did you stick your fingers down your throat and barf after you ate?
I didn't actually have to because I was I was like really sick during that time.
Yeah, she has
I have a-
Crohn's disease.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease
Are
at
you a
that
Jehovah's
time.
Witness?
No. What? No.
Oh, we had a Jehovah's Witness on the show once.
No, definitely not. But so I was not eating a lot at that time anyway. So it all worked out pretty well.
Oh my God! Is that why you won?
No, that's probably I didn't win Miss California.
didn't win,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I did. I
Did
won
you
an
place
award.
in Miss California?
I think it was like in the top 20 or something like that, of 200 or something.
Jeez. Wow.
What? What are you? Was I a Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah, I just didn't know where that came
So, Joel, tell us about whatever you want to promote or
Yeah.
whatever you want to talk about. I
Sure.
think it's great. Do you ever play outside of Kill Tony? You're in a
Yeah.
band. How many bands are you in? One band?
2. I'll be playing with Pauly Shore tomorrow.
Whoa.
In his residence?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to his house.
Tell me, let me know if you did you get a button?
I did. I have like 2 of these from the first time.
All
you
right,
were on
if you have one at
Kill
home-
Tony. I love them.
But let me know where I can come in LA to see
Okay,
you
sure.
perform. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
love
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Can I get on the guest list?
Yeah, absolutely. yeah, for sure. You got it. Yeah,
Plus 5?
yeah, you got it.
No,
Tell
I
him
really
to
want to
tune
see
the
them.
guitars before.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
It's
one of
just
his
us
bands
tuning.
called the Baby Boys with our friend Pat Reagan, who used to also be on Kill.
Oh, yeah. This was a long time ago. All right, that's enough, Brian.
So, and then you can also be seen every Monday evening at the Comedy Store in
Monday.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
The world famous Comedy Store in the main room with the Kill Tony production, and the world's biggest live podcast.
Yeah, we go to Massachusetts this Friday. We got a big tour coming up.
And you guys are great. You guys work so well together, and you're the costumes. Who
Yeah.
decides on the costumes? Is that who's
Me and
brains-
Jeremiah, kind of,
Jeremiah
we all
is
sort
great.
of like in a group text. Figure
God,
it
this
out.
week was probably my favorite. They were the Beatles.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
that
I
was
saw
fun.
that.
And you've never repeated a costume yet.
We have
Have you?
we have like characters people like
Right.
that we bring back and stuff. But
The cops are very popular.
yeah, the cops are popular. yeah.
You can get a lot of mileage out of cops. I
For
know.
sure. Yeah,
I know that for a fact. Anyway, so what else? That's great.
that's it. At
Man.
Mostly Sorry on Instagram.
Okay, yeah, you got your social media you want to produce?
Yeah, I'm at Edi Gibson Comedy for everything, even Twitter where it's blocked. So you can still look up the old blocked profile.
Wow. Just because you threatened to kill your brother.
Yeah, I didn't even do it.
Man,
And you tell us again your
Mostly Sorry.
what is that?
Instagram, Twitter.
Okay,
Yeah.
mostly sorry.
Yeah.
Mostly sorry, one word.
Yeah.
And is that it?
Yeah.
Man,
that's
I'm
it.
so happy you guys
Yeah,
came on the
thanks
podcast.
for having us.
You're really nice people. You're friendly. You went along with the items of interest. You didn't have any beefs, and you had a lot to say, and you were both very funny. And I am just excited that you took the time. Redban, thanks for these bookings. Yeah. Now, Darren Carter, last but not least,
Yes,
tell
sir.
us all about where we can see you again and any social media contacts.
Thank you. I have my own YouTube channel, so click over there. And it sounds good when you. I have my own. Like they gave it to me. I had an email. I signed up. No, but yeah. But yeah, click on Darren Carter. I'm on YouTube. I got my own YouTube channel, and my podcast is called Pocket Party, the Pocket Party Podcast.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And
man.
somebody
Thank
told
you.
me when I stay after the show, love somebody you don't know. Somebody said that they thought that meant to have sex with somebody you don't know. And that's not what I mean. It means just be nice, be kind, treat people, strangers, like you would treat a good friend.
Yeah.
And your day is going to go so much better. Because,
Let them merge already. Let them merge. The blinkers on. Let them merge.
Yeah.
Smile at
exactly.
people.
All right. Thank you, Redban. Great show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bad Ashley. Thank you.
It's all the bullshit, and it was bad. It's all the bullshit, and